and welcome to LAWhammer. After last week's week off, we are all rather raring to go at this end because it's been quite a week. So I'm really looking forward to just chilling out with, let's say, some meandering adventurers attempting to figure out what they're going to do in Middenheim. This is going to be ace. But before we dive into what is almost certainly going to be a session of interest for me, I have a few things to say, and I'm going to start off this week. I am doing a digital con tomorrow and on Sunday as well. Tomorrow we're going to be discussing world building and the depths of commerce and trade and exactly what sort of impact it makes upon your world building. I'll be sitting on a panel about that, taking questions as I go. And on the Sunday, I'm going to be doing another world building panel. And on that one, I think I'm with Tracy Hickman, which will be super fun. So do make sure that you tune in on those, the World Anvil Twitch channel, and I believe YouTube channels, but go check with them. It might just be over on Twitch. We'll be hosting those, and they'll be at approximately 5 o'clock UK time both days. It is going to be super, super fun because the World Anvil big conventions are always super good. So do make sure you check in on those. Right. Job number 1 done. Job number 2, I will turn to the beautiful Mr. Leask.
Nice.
Hi. So on Monday, Andy and I are doing another one of our Rookery masterclasses, which is open to our Brazen Rooks and above. And this one we're going to look at, it's essentially producing an adventure. And as a little bonus, we're going to touch on towards the end the current work in progress adventure we're doing, which is the one that we initially generated in a previous masterclass, the multi-plot mayhem one that we did. You might, if you were involved in that, you'll remember there was various shenanigans going on inside an abbey. So we're currently at the second draft stage of that. So we'll give you a little sneak preview.
Yeah, that's going to be super fun. It's always nice to see how the gubbins works behind the scenes. And it's very much going to be a wrench out discussion about exactly how these things work. Next, because there's yet more streamy goodness coming, let's pass over to the very beautiful Mrs. Law.
So tomorrow, Saturday night, on Inside the Rookery, Andy, Leask and I are continuing the season 7 theme of the Rooks talking to each other, and we're going to be talking about building character backgrounds. So join us for that. Pop your questions on Discord once Andy puts the question thread up, and come along tomorrow.
I better put that up, huh? Yeah. I've been told off. You could have done it. But yeah, totally. It's my responsibility. I'll totally get that done. Beyond that, it's what's going to happen this week. Now, it's been a couple of weeks, so a very brief recap may be in order. Just so that everyone remembers where they were. Yumi's been banished!
Oh.
2 weeks ago, all of our lovely glorious heroes got pulled all the way up to the Middenplatz, where they met with the ambassador to the Empire from Nippon. And she banished Yumi. So she's pretty much on the out. Apparently, though, this totally pleased her dad. In fact, it's fair to say that her dad was very, very happy last week, just generally chilling, having a bit of fun. Unfortunately for them, they no longer have Jiro along with because he has gone back to serve where he should be serving alongside Yumi's father. Meaning that we will be beginning this session with our glorious heroes who have managed to secure themselves a hostel, an inn, but not a cheap one. Oh, no. Because the city is full. Fortunately, after a little bit of fishing around, they found one in Brotkofs, one of the most expensive districts in Middenheim, quite high up inside the city. And it has cost them, well, not a literal arm and a leg, but certainly it almost feels as much as the stinking taxes that it takes to get through the city gates. Certainly more than a few silver shillings. Gold! It's gold! Plus, they require to be paid up front. But it has brought them an advantage, as we'll find at the beginning of the session, because they've got themselves a nice snug to have breakfast. Somewhere nice and comfortable where they can all gather round, like the glorious heroes that they are, to discuss what their intents are for Middenheim. You may also note that already there has been a certain amount of over there with leaflet checking because, hey, it's carnival time. And as we all know, everyone loves a good leaflet during carnival time. So, are we all good to go? Well, I'm not touching that yet. I'm not touching that yet. Lindsay's trying to get me to say something. I'm not going to say it. Not until we start. You'll see. So, that all being the case, are we all ready for episode number 33? Let the show begin. Over the edge of the periphery of the city of Middenheim, a man by the name of Arthur is making his way through the streets the early morning, chill, plucking at his nose as he pushes his way down towards a small doorway, much lower than his head. He stops for a moment, wriggles his fingers, adjusts his purple hat, and then knocks. Tock, 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 tock. On the inside, you hear a, "You hear what?" And the reply is, "Butterflies, by moonlight." There's a pause, and it opens it up. And a face sticks out. "In you come, Arthur," he says. "I bloody don't understand why I need to do that every bloody time. You know it's bloody me." "Well, it might not be. You know what it's like, especially just now." He says, "Yeah, but really, who the bloody hell is it?" "Yeah." "You seem agitated," comes a reply from the other. A relatively stocky chap with a nose that looks like it's been punched altogether too many times. "Well, get yourself in then. What are you here for?" The Magister in Pentiment. The Magister in Pentiment. "You know that fella, he's here." "Right. Well, you better go tell the boss then." "Yeah. But today." "You're right. Well, it's not my problem, it's yours." "Fuck you." And the pair of them bid their farewells as he makes his way down a corridor, around a corner, where there's two fellows. One of which has a very long middle finger, which goes to a point. He's tapping it, like so. As he looks at him, cringes slightly as Arthur passes by, and then stops as he sees up ahead him a cloaked figure. Purple cloak, of course. Steels himself. God, he hates her. And then pretends that he's not bothered at all. After all, fake it till you make it, right? As he pushes his way past, as he passes, he shudders, and she goes, as he cringes away. He looks back. Bloody hell, woman. As he makes his way up to a door and goes, before she says, "I wouldn't. He's bloody upset right now. He's busy." Arthur looks to either side and goes, "The Magister Impediment is here. We're going to have to greet him." "Oh, you better then." And a tongue flicks out. Arthur shudders as he talks on the door. From inside, you hear, "Bloody hell, what do you want? Not today. It's bloody carnival day. We're very busy. We've got to keep these taxes in place before it all slips away." Arthur looks back at the woman that he doesn't really want to even look at, looks at the door, and he goes, it's me, he says, the Magister Imperator. Come in! As he goes into a small office with a rather stressed-looking man with a bald head. Large purple quill feather goes up. He's surrounded by papers as he looks around and goes, what you bloody want? He says, we're trying to balance this all, and you're interrupting me. He says, I need to go and send someone up to charm that fellow, you know, the bloody elf. He says, and nobody, we don't have enough people. As I said, he says, the Magister Impedimenti is here. Fuck. We don't have people for this. We just don't have people for this. No, not today. He says, well, you sort it. I bloody can't. The magistry's already sent me off to other job. Oh. Well, what is it? I can't tell you. Right. Where is he? He's in at Buckoff's. You know, the Templar's Arms, I think it's called. Right, send Ulrika. No, send Ulrika. The Magistrate, he don't know about Ulrika, so she won't have a job. Fuck. How about I tell her that you want to talk to you? Her. She wants to, no, you tell her. I'm not telling her. All right. Fuck off then. Right. As he makes his way out to the sounds of... Meanwhile, across town, not actually that far away, approximately 3/4 of a mile away, our glorious heroes are gathered in a snug. It's gloriously comfortable, but it bloody should be for the amount of gold that you've already thrown at this place, meals not included.
Ugh.
Quite. Even more disappointing, as it's already been determined, Lucas could not secure the dining room, nor could he secure the second dining room, but he could secure the snug. You're downstairs in the snug, having polished off most of your breakfast. The table is strewn with leaflets, pamphlets. It was hard to get through the city without having them shoved in your face. Posters are up on pretty much any bare space inside Middenheim along its many streets, proclaiming this show or that show, this great event or that. It's fair to say that almost all of the events that the Carnival is known for are not postered at all. It's all of the edge events. It's all of the things that are off the edge, where the good old important folks would never be seen at. They're the ones that you have to toss away. No, leave me alone, as you're pushing your way through the city. There are 8 people here and one other. Our 8 people are, of course, our glorious heroes, you marvelous people. Lucas, who has just finished off a rather delectable egg dish, which he apparently was very pleased with. He's been dabbing at his moustaches, which have grown a little bit wild this last while. There is, of course, the immaculate Margarita, who has only eaten about 10% of her meal and looks like she's probably done already. She's finished. Who needs any more? But she's still picking at it tentatively. And then there's sitting at the back of the snug, by the window which is shut, a crow. Or maybe a raven. You're not exactly bird experts. And it just sits there, cocking its head, eyeing the room. It's been following Alamenowith all morning, hopping around behind her, occasionally going, eyes, eyes, eyes. Alamenowith eventually bowed down to the calls about an hour ago and fetched some unneeded eyes from the kitchen. This apparently pleased the crow. Eyes! Eyes! Aveen! Eyes! Ah! It has, however, now settled itself down in the snug, like it's its own little nest by the window. And it just pushes its head out whenever someone talks, whenever someone says something. You have, however, been having your breakfast. As of yet, there has not been much in the way of talk because there has been a certain pregnancy of an issue. You would know that you've got something big to do, but no one has yet come up with the clear plan as to how best to resolve that. So all of the ideas are sitting there pregnant in the group, having yet to be given birth. Magritte has no particular interest in this at all. She has also got no particular interest in the remainder of her food, which she pushes away. She opens the conversation. So how do you expect to find my grandfather?
Well, does he have, is there magical ways that we could sense him?
No.
Okay.
Let me make a few things, and she looks around. She doesn't need to look anywhere. There is nobody in the snug. It's got its own bar opposite where you're all sitting in your chairs. The remainder of the two other snug little places that you could sit are empty. The fire is stocked and burning. The staff have been told to stay out. Lucas has been quite clear on that, unless, of course, they're bringing more food or they're requested. And she says, let me see if I can explain it concisely. Consider him like that bird, and me like a worm. I am utterly incapable of doing anything more than hiding from him. That is about it. And I am best to keep my head down. I will be able to recognize him. And my father likes the finer side of life. So it is likely he would be, I apologize, I did it again. My grandfather. It's just his preference. He prefers to be called father. I mean, I could recognize him, but I would like to keep myself away from him lest he recognizes me.
Well, we have a picture of him. It strikes me that some of these events may be attended by the higher born of the city. We could start doing what...
Does he have any particular taste in music, or...?
I would suggest that his taste does not lie so much with music as with, from what my father used to sometimes suggest, women.
That does not narrow it down.
Oh, no, does quite well, actually. So, women, right, well, the ogre pits are off.
There might be female or...
That's very true, but I doubt, well, just from a scaling sense,
Elven
probably not.
gymnasts?
That's probably more like it, right? In the nicest way possible.
Laurel on... Well, it depends if he's into elves, I guess.
Is he into elves?
Lucas looks up and says, if nobody has any other plans, I should most certainly like to make a suggestion. We definitely stop off with Middenball at some point.
No, really?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
I am actually I'm somewhat disappointed I don't have my... But I'm sure we could buy
We can
something
find
somewhere.
I have two things to say. One is that last night I made the acquaintance of a Kislevites who claimed to be an ice pepper merchant. I ascertained quite quickly he was lying. And so once he had fallen asleep, I looked in his wardrobe and found that he had a beautiful uniform of the finest dress affair and papers. I couldn't read the Kislevite language, but they were clearly marked with fine seals. He seems to be some sort of emissary from the Kisselberg
Lucas's
court.
eyes. Like ice pepper, says Lucas. I love ice pepper.
No, he is not an ice pepper sales merchant. He was lying.
I was just actually. It doesn't. I was just.
You might still
Right.
have ice
But
peppers.
you could speak to him and say that you heard he was an ice pepper merchant.
where is
and
he?
find out. Well, he's around.
I'll find him, says Lucas, and gets up. Marvelous. Ice
Um,
pepper merchant.
And the second
Ice
thing
peppers.
is, I think we must find a new inn.
Fine.
All right. Why's that then? Also, crow in the room. What's the crow in the room all about?
I do not know.
Is this
It arrived
crow
this morning.
somebody's? Like, are they listening into a conversation via crow?
They can't, right?
But they could if they were sitting next to us. Therefore,
Oh, yes, you
they
can still
could
hear us.
through a crow, potentially.
Yeah, could it be?
Elevator one. Ah.
Okay.
Where have you come from?
Ah. Wood. Wood. Ah. Witch of wood. Ah.
Do we know which?
Mama.
Oh.
Ah. It says.
How many children do you have?
With who?
The Witch of the Wood could be the child. Maybe we have.
No, the Witch of the Wood was who I used to be.
Oh,
Ah,
that's not good.
before or after you were a prostitute?
Before, Birdie, before.
Just wondered. Timelines are important.
But
it could have been
you,
a prostitute at the same time, though.
but you look very different from before, right? How have they recognized you? Who sent the crow?
Well, I thought she haven't you reverted to looking more elfy,
Yeah.
like her.
Sure, okay, but like,
But we don't know.
The soul.
yeah, no, I know that part, but like,
Souls are. I suppose they are changeable. Where have you come from?
Ah. Wood. Ah.
Okay.
Eyes. Eyes.
Is he going to
Magritte,
be?
do
Is
you
it
have
going?
any bacon?
Is he saying ice peppers?
Magritte says, it could take my fork. Bacon.
pass over the head of the grilled fish Yue was having, just like.
Pop, pop, pop. Pick, pick, pick.
The eyes are quite good, to be fair.
Pick, pick, pick. Pause.
If you see something like that, it's going to be more of a beach ball than a crow or a raven.
Waddles over, sits down.
Okay, well,
I'm not really sure why it has come now.
interesting.
All right. Is this with us now? Is that what this is? We just have a crow, raven, craven.
Looks at you with his beady eyes.
I don't like the way it looks at me with its beady eyes.
I miss meat pie.
Are you annoyed that because you haven't hired him? Should you do him a contract?
No,
Is this?
I've learned things.
One pfennig.
You don't need contracts for animals. Well, no, you do sometimes. Not ones that just sort of arrive. Also, I don't really want him.
Okay. Were you based around here before? Is it a proximity thing?
This is closer than I have been in some time, but I spent time in the Laurel Lawn some years ago.
Okay.
That is much closer because it is the place I live.
Do you feel different?
No.
Because I mean, obviously, you physical, but we're used to that now. It was a little while ago, so but nothing else.
Well,
No.
perhaps that is it, and it has just taken this amount of time for it to sense me.
Maybe that's
Or
the
to
thing.
physically fly.
It's saying eyes because your eyes have changed.
Or maybe hello. She'll say in Eltharine, do you speak Eltharine?
Ah!
Do you speak crow? I think that's more important.
No.
Crow.
You don't need to shout at the
No,
animal.
this is how you do things. Crow. We're going to do 1 arc for yes, 2 arcs for no. Do you understand? Right, no, it doesn't
Real
understand.
big fuck
Does not
you.
understand. No, nothing.
You're
That's
being
right.
dissed by a corpse.
Useless.
That's terrible.
Useless.
There's out the door.
I'm going.
A servant there with a tray who says, can I come in and take all your plates and your she looks up at you. Wow. She says,
Suppose, come in.
right. Comes in, curtsies, comes over, right, starts picking everything up, right.
Excuse me, is there like a bathhouse or something near here that we could go to?
I mean, it's just to north, just past the eye temple. At the back of it, it's very large. You can't miss it, and it's got steam rising out of it.
Okay, thank
Because
you.
of the hot pools at the back.
And it's not closed because of the carnival or anything.
No.
Okay.
Although it might be a bit quiet, so not as much fun as it normally would be.
That's all right.
She says.
Thank you. I was thinking if we're going to fancy things, maybe we should
Be fancy.
wash up.
Can I have a perception test?
That is a good
To
idea.
everybody.
Chill.
Yeah, we're pretty chill.
Oh.
5 successes.
Is it sight or emotion?
That's
It's
a
like-
98, so I think I just
If
put
it was
myself
emotion,
in
it'd be
the eye.
intuition.
Oh yeah.
I'm too busy
6
eyeballing
crit.
now.
Ooh, nice.
6 successes. No crap.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a couple of things to say. You got 5. You got 5.
6 if it's
I
hearing.
fumbled.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
sight.
right.
No, you didn't fumble, you just got it.
No, you get none.
Got failed, sorry.
Because it's sight.
98.
Vision.
Yeah. You're,
The rules say.
no.
11 total. I forgot to do the secondary roll.
Wow.
Just 4 successes.
6.
6 and birdie
I
bird.
failed.
Yeah, good. As it's she's clearing up, she reaches out and you catch that there is got a big bruise there.
Is it a purple hand?
Yeah,
Andy?
sadly, it's not,
Oh.
but it is almost exactly the place where my bruise is. I really bashed myself quite hard there. Yeah, you can see it. Pretty bad there. You don't need to know this. As the tines of what looks like perhaps a
Trident.
trident, or maybe a crown, bright red, are sticking out from beneath there. It looks like some form of tattoo. Over on your side, you catch something really quite different. As she's making her way around, what you catch is your vision blurring. As it suddenly just blurs, and then you see the world go. Yep, that's really, really freaky. Because you're seeing from a completely different place. On top of your own vision, as you literally have overlaid vision. Alamena wife can feel a bit Alamena sick. Do yourself an endurance test. Nothing. You feel a sudden touch of discomfort. This girl, you would swear, probably comes from one of the gangs in Middenheim. The way she's moving, the way she bristles as she passes by others, and the way her hand is constantly hovering just slightly down, suggesting at any moment she's ready to go for a dagger. But she has none. It's just natural habit. You've seen it several times amongst many of the higher ranking members of the good old Crooked Fingers. The way they move, suggesting that this girl is not what she appears to be in the slightest. This girl is not what she appears to be in the slightest, you reckon, Gerhardt. And you reckon, good reason for thinking this. Because you've seen her before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was looking very different, wearing a pair of, as you recall, very tight leather. You recall the tight leather quite well. You were a bit younger than you are today, so obviously somewhat less in control of one's straying eye. But very tight leather trews. And a nice loose white blouse that left you a certain level of mystery as to what's going on here, except for the plunging bodice that it had at the front. It's definitely her. Definitely her. She holds herself in the same way, and rather arguably upsettingly, you spotted her when you were down with the good old League of Karl Franz, back in your university days, and you spotted her for the, you reckon, 5th time, hanging around watching League activities before she hiked it out of there. She was spying on someone.
Good to know. All right.
As to whether it was you or someone else, you don't know.
Fine. She's still in the room?
Oh, yeah. She's clearing away. And she grabs everything. Is there anything else what you be needing?
Betty, close the door.
Okay. I have no idea why, but I sort of close it and lean against it.
Good stuff.
Pull out a dagger, start picking my fingernails.
Suitably menacing. Like it. Good. So very good food. Thank you for that. Well done. Do have a bit of a question though. Who are you? What are you doing here?
She says, Servinia?
Yeah, don't do that. Not that answer. The other one.
The other one, what are you looking for?
Don't know.
Truth would be nice.
That's good. Yep, obviously. So suffice to say, jig is up. You aware of what that means? Is that a thing in this? Is that a saying in this world?
Certainly is to you.
Good. Okay. Wonderful. So drop the act and get it out with. What are you looking for?
What do you mean? What am I looking for?
Allow me to translate, my lord. They've sussed you out, love. Out with it. Because you're not leaving this room until you tell them exactly what they want to know.
Oh, I don't know what he wants to know.
I don't know what I want to know. I just want to know what you're after.
How do you even know she's after something?
I've seen her before. Multiple times.
You have?
Yep. Back down Altdorf way. With the League.
That might be my sister.
Right? Might be.
Says, but she left home about 5 years ago.
Right. What does she
Is she
do?
lying?
Yeah. Somebody with empathy. Do the thing.
I can roll it myself.
Do so.
I got two successes on my endurance, by the way. 6 successes.
You think she's telling the truth?
Your sister?
I think so.
All right. Is it true that she has a sister, or is it true what she's telling us about the sister?
I think both are true.
Right. Fine.
What's your sister's name?
She says, Greta.
And your name?
She says, what's going on here?
What's your name?
Solveig. Why?
You may
Is my sister in trouble?
will lean over and say, I think she's pretending.
You think she's pretending about the sister thing, or in general?
She might have a sister, but
Right. And look, I've got a bad vibe, quite frankly. And usually when that happens, I'm either terribly wrong or incredibly right. So all we really need to do is find out which one of those you are currently. Are you incredibly wrong or incredibly right?
Alric will stand up and she's carrying the trays, right? He'll take the trays off her and put her down. So not like he's not going to grab at her, but he's going to grab her and show, like, did she have a tattoo?
And it pulls, and yeah, you can see that there's a tattoo coming out. It appears to be a crown with a skull.
Oh, wow.
that's
You
hardcore.
have no recollection of a hardcore crown stroke skull.
No, to be fair, not that I remember, but
Is that
you
a,
get a
Doesn't mean she's
tattoo.
not got a lady.
No, it's
is
weekend.
that a Middenheim gang signal?
Lower Middenheim.
What's everyone looking at?
Fail.
Good to know.
She has.
Oh, okay. I'll use one of my 2 fortune.
Oh,
points
sorry,
and
maybe
roll
not
that.
that.
No, it's worse. I don't know why I bought that.
Don't ever listen to me.
Alamanoid will say to the father, Father, it may be a case of mistaken identity, but Gerhard seems to recognize this girl from Altdorf. She claims that she has a sister. You heard that. She has a tattoo on her arm of a... What is that? Where did you get it?
He says, that was my uncle.
It's a red. Is it red?
Red crown, big skull.
It's a red crown with a skull atop it.
Can I attempt to lure midnight?
For it.
Do better.
Are we chill?
Yeah, pretty
6
sure.
successes.
You got
Nice.
advantage. Nice.
Not lower midnight, that would limit it though, right?
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so 1.
one success. Marvelous. You don't recognize it as a gang symbol at all from Midnight.
Is she lying when she said she got it from her uncle?
Do yourself a test.
Oh, that's a crit.
Nice.
That's another crit.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Crits on crits.
Crits and crits and crits.
So it's 12, 18, 19 successes.
Oh,
20 if she's a troublemaker.
Almost like you're an elf.
elf bullshit. As you listen to the words and you hear in the distance, somewhere, possibly in the inn, you're not quite sure where, braying of goats or some sort of animal. And you're quite convinced that she's not so much lying as spinning. Dancing, perhaps, might be a better way of putting it. It's not so much lies as it's carefully placed truths.
Yeah, she may not be lying, but she's not being honest either.
She shrugs. Don't know what to say. I got it from my uncle.
What does it mean?
It doesn't mean nothing.
It's not a very ladylike tattoo.
Says, well, he weren't much of a lady.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the problem is here.
Do you mean us harm?
No. I just want to take the plates away and the empty bottle.
What's your name again?
Solveig.
Right, is that what she said the first time?
We've been talking to her for 2 minutes.
It seems perhaps your sister, Greta, got involved with some unsavory types down in Altdorf.
Right.
And thus, my friend here is somewhat now suspicious of you.
Right. I mean, it doesn't seem very likely to me.
No.
I mean, no. I mean, what sort of trouble? I mean, what sort of news have you heard of her? If it's all right for me to ask, my lord.
No. It's not.
Right.
Can I ask it like an out of carriage question? Like a red crown?
Yes.
Like, we have.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Just make sure I wasn't like projecting a man.
No,
No
no.
one else seems to be reacting to that.
I know. I think we're circling that.
Okay.
Or the drain. One of the two.
Who's your uncle?
Why are you?
I don't know.
Let him cook.
Do yourself an interrogate test.
Oh, how do I do that? I mean,
Well,
obviously, I roll the
You'll
dice.
find your interrogate skill. Roll
right.
some dice.
This ain't usually my
You
forte.
don't have an interrogation.
Yeah,
you
that's
should
what I
do
was
that.
thinking.
No, we don't.
No.
Well, hey, that's just your fellowship then.
Intimidate?
And no, it's interrogate.
Okay.
It's an actual. If you don't have the skill, then you just don't have it.
We did have it on the handwritten carriage sheet.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not on the.
Oh.
So there we go. So it'll be your fellowship because I don't think you're getting any
Wow.
career with it.
Leadership?
No fellowship.
Was. Oh, do you know what? I'll spend a fortune. I've got a lot. 4 successes.
Nice. As she goes, it's my uncle.
What, your uncle's name is me uncle?
No. It's just my uncle. Well, I don't understand what you're asking of me.
What's your uncle's name?
Isn't it? Why? What's going on?
Just answer the question. Doesn't matter. I'm noble. You're not. That's how this works.
All right.
It kind of is.
Totally is.
Arthur.
Right.
Why would that?
I don't know.
As she sort of steps back from you looking quite upset.
Okay, fine. So you have an uncle called Arthur. He gave you the tattoo.
What? Of a sort. When I came of age,
Mm-hmm. Do you have to do anything for the tattoo?
get doomed.
Right, well, yeah, we've all done that. Do we know how to do that?
No.
Right, well, I've done that. So's the father, so, that's not a big deal to get a tattoo.
It's me dooming.
What is your doom?
Red crown means death.
Will you die for the red crown?
Something like that.
Can I attempt a visions roll, Andy?
Visions roll. Do your visions roll.
I might re-roll that. I can't with the 14
can.
points, but I can with my divination re-roll that I have from the criminal last time.
We never got experience from it.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's
who needs
I've just
experience?
put 400.
So 4 successes.
As you sit there listening to her voice, a sudden swirl and a swoosh passes through your, let's call it, senses, as it coalesces in your mind into a cackling red skull. Cackling red skull that consumes her. It looks like if she was doomed, and this was the result of it, it was possibly accurate. You can sense not just the cackling nature of said skull, but you can sense that it is a royal ending.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that is her doom. That's her death. It'll consume her.
She shudders slightly. Right. Can I go?
I think she can go.
You want to think she can go?
She backs. Oh, Birdie's there. Looks behind her at you, then steps
I
away.
kind of look down at her. Are we letting her go?
Who did your dooming? Was it your uncle?
No, he took me to temple.
When?
When was the last time you saw a Tucker Hudson?
Who?
I remember the name.
I mean, let's just take a moment.
Two names. That's two names actually in conjunction. Right? First and second.
As she says, who?
Why is that true? Is that legit?
And do yourself. Oh no, I can do that test for you because you don't have that talent. Seems true to you.
You may all ask the
Yeah, I mean, we should probably check as well. 2 successes.
You may all ask the father, could you describe what she looked like in your vision? Did you see?
Yeah, I didn't so much see her as I saw the skull cackling as it consumed her.
She cringes when
You
hearing
didn't
that.
describe that part. I just wanted to know if she looked
Cringes
similar to
further.
how she looked now. Jesus. Well, Jesus doesn't exist anymore.
Alamenoy is taking a coin, a silver from Birdie and giving it to her.
Birdie, in your back, the door goes wallop. Oh, bloody hells! From the other side. Hello! Can I come in?
Just a sec, Lucas.
Says Lucas from the other side.
Look, here is a silver for your troubles. You have been most amenable. You have to understand that when my lord saw your sister, he was in with a party crowd in Altdorf. When he says she was in trouble, you know the kind that the party thought can cause for girls.
Oh, right.
So I'm sorry for your trouble,
Right.
and perhaps you should be on your way now.
Right.
Maybe just keep your arm covered up because you're walking around with a cult's tattoo. Okay, bye.
What?
Here is a coin.
I go for the coin. Appreciated. I shall be taking that. As she makes out, and Lucas on the other side goes, issues, problems, as it comes in.
No, fine.
I'm just gonna quickly follow in case she leaves.
But we do need to move in, Lucas.
Do yourself a stealth check.
We do need to move in.
Oh, we'll be lucky.
But
Says-
we need to.
We'll be lucky.
Yes.
What's this one called anyway?
Templar's Arms, sir.
Oh, right, good.
Well, if nothing else, I don't know that we could afford another night here.
Well, exactly.
It was on the menu, if you... Never mind.
Oh, I got distracted by the food.
Right,
if I'm
so
honest.
I spoke to, and how'd you do?
3 plus 2 if I can use beneath notice.
Oh, yeah. And can I also have an athletics test?
She's gonna run. She's in his hands.
That should be fine. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah, that's fine. 2 successes.
So you make your way out, and she goes over to the kitchens. You slide off. You're beneath notice. You can duck down, assuming that you're dressed in appropriate servant clothing.
Yeah, she's just changed back to like.
Sounds good to me. As you slip through there.
Yeah. We're going to a carnival. What do you mean?
She makes her way across the kitchens, placing it down as you glide into the corner. Cook's beavering away in the corner, a little halfling doing her stuff. As she then pops over to the door on the other side, goes through and closes it.
Did I manage to glimpse what was on
That's
the
an
other side?
outside door.
Okay.
She's just gone through an outside door.
Is there a window?
You're not seeing anything through that window.
Fair enough. Is there a keyhole?
To the door, you could run up to the door if
Yeah.
you wish to do so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can see just on the outside as the cook calls out, "Hey, what are you bloody doing down there?" Says, "Shouldn't you be here?" "Oh, wait a minute, you don't bloody work here."
Yeah, sorry, I just got lost, and she'll just like leave.
Do yourself a perception test.
3. That should be fine. What's my perception? Why can't I alphabet today? Yeah, that's fine. 3 successes.
Yeah, she's gone.
Okay.
That
I'll
was
try and
and what?
I don't know. Track her. That's a thing.
In the city, you're going to be
Oh, fuck.
hard
Okay.
pressed. Yeah,
She's
and
gonna-
all you've done is heard her just pelting it off on the
Okay,
outside.
she's gonna go back in. She actually asked the halfling, "Do you know her?"
Who the bloody hell are you? Get out of me kitchen before I hit you with me ladle! She said, "Go on, get out!" Oh, la la la.
What about for a silver?
Oh, what do you want for a silver?
That girl Solvig? How
Says,
long
alright, what about her?
do you know her? She works
No,
here
she's
long?
a festival,
okay.
during Carnival.
Cool, that's fine. She'll give her the coin and just leave. Because
Oh, look at
time is
that.
of the essence.
Very nice. Now get the fuck out of my kitchen.
And
Meanwhile, back there, Lucas comes in and goes, "Right, so, yeah, I spoke to him. What a fascinating fellow. Right, so, important details. So I don't think he is actually an ice pepper merchant. His awareness of ice peppers is, it's fair to say, somewhat weak. That was my way in, so to speak. So we had a lovely little chat. But what I did notice is that the man is somewhat more erudite than I would have expected. He had some rather choice words that he deployed. And those choice words suggest, I would say, that the man is well educated in Reichsspiel, far more so than his damnably difficult to understand accent would first suggest, meaning that I don't think he's at all what he appears to be. I would not be surprised if he had not had a proper education.
And the uniform, was it like blue and silver?
Yes, it was.
The uniform was blue and silver, and the seal was like a bear?
Anyone got
A
Kislev?
bear?
Laura Kislev?
History?
Yeah, no. Kislev? No.
Only
Well,
heraldry.
Speak
No.
the lingo. But
There is somebody else here. As she goes, that suggests, actually that suggests Imperial Guard of Kislev. Why they would be staying here, I have no idea.
maybe
says-
they're guarding something? Well, I'm not here.
Well,
Maybe they're guarding
he
something.
definitely had papers with a seal, and I would expect he was delivering those papers to someone. I thought he might be a messenger.
could you draw the papers from memory?
Oh no.
Now you'll need to have some form of talent that allowed you to access your perfect memory. She
I
does not have
asked
perfect
before.
recall. She does not have the
Even the
requisite.
name, like I was like trying to get the name.
Yeah, quite, but no.
Is he in his room right now?
No. He's out in the a bar, finishing off his breakfast, which was a rather nice loaf of soup.
I mean,
They pour the soup into the loaf.
right.
Got it.
Just if you think it's important, maybe you could nip up and have a look when she gets back.
I don't know that it's important. I just thought it was useful to know, considering what you said about the death bees yesterday.
What?
The death bees.
Oh, is this another?
As Margarita literally cringes slightly. It's not bees, is that? She says.
Bees.
I thought it was better than the tea briggers. I think it's more obscure.
Oh, says Margarita, about half a beat behind everyone else.
Get on board.
Oh, right. So right,
But, like,
says
Death
Lucas.
bees might also be a thing, though, right?
The door blunders open and Nils comes in. And she goes,
Oh, that's her.
I ain't been able to find anywhere else to stay. Sorry. Sorry, Father. I've been looking all over town. I've been up since our third bell. I ain't found nothing. He's got a black eye.
Oh,
Not the Leopold does.
Leopold, he's got a black eye.
He says, "Yeah, I deserved it."
Probably true. Yes.
Humility.
No,
Um,
Did they come off? Did they come off worse?
No.
Oh, that's not good, Nils. We need to work on that.
Yeah, well, they jumped me, didn't they?
Oh.
There was like 6 of them. He says,
Sigmar not protect you, no?
he said, no, they took me dagger.
Oh.
Here, have one of mine.
I mean, there's no need. He said,
Has anyone seen Sigfeder?
No,
he's gone.
no,
Well,
he'll
I
just turn
can't
up.
stay here.
Yeah, I mean, we have to definitely move.
Um,
Whoever she's working for knows we're here.
And if she was sent, then they knew that we were here beforehand.
Might just be all big coincidence.
Could be.
I don't believe
Can,
in
Not
that.
an
as she
Aldorf
says,
anymore.
we can't stay here. Can I come? We can't stay here.
as the door bursts open, we can't stay here.
I want to
You
hear
bet.
from
The
Lucas
door
first.
swipes out, hits Nils right in the bum as he goes flying forward. As he goes, turns round, the bat, dagger out.
Nils.
oh,
Didn't
puts it
didn't
away,
we
and he
discuss
bows.
it?
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
we did that
Bloody
again.
hell.
Actually, we don't have time for this. She
I never
ran.
stopped.
She ran.
She ran. And she's a festival hire, so she's not even been here very long. You're probably
She
right.
doesn't even go here.
She doesn't even go here.
I'm sorry, say it again.
No. Whoever, like, we saw the red crown. If she's being killed by it, maybe she's of the other group.
Yo, maybe it's her soul that's going to be consumed.
Either way,
You seem quite alright with this.
Sorry?
Do you want to say that? Or, bring it
Nil
up?
gets down on his knees and starts praying.
And what I'm suggesting is maybe she's a cultist and has damned her soul.
Oh, maybe she's not. Maybe we could save the child.
and
Well, I'm
another
getting
one,
my things. We can't stay here.
you managed
I
to
need
track
petals.
someone
I
down.
need the petals. I need them now. Give them to me, Yumi. I know you have them.
No. You tracked somebody when we were somewhere else. I can't remember where. Can you do that again?
No,
Okay.
Yeah,
not without petals.
Petal, yeah.
No.
Well,
No
Yeah,
pads,
no, this is
pads.
bargaining. I've seen this before.
that's not how it works, and you know it.
Goes to get stuff.
Bird
Oh.
hops, flaps its wings slightly, hops,
Maybe you could
hops,
use
hops,
your friend to track her.
hops.
Bird, what is your name again? Avil, is that right?
Okay.
Do you want to come in? He looks pretty big.
Yeah, he's big. And those claws, talons, look very talony.
I think we should find a local butcher.
I mean, the bird's been...
Bird flaps! They know you hear from the other side. It's bloody hell, hula, bloody burden, hula, burden.
Avil, to get you some eyes.
Flap, up against the
She
door.
runs to get you some eyes.
He does understand, though. He definitely understands. That means that he was being bullshit earlier. I don't like this crow. This crow's shit.
Disrespect your bloodline.
It's surely too big to be a crow.
Well, I don't know. Blackbird. It's crow, right? That's what they use.
Corbett.
He just went.
Corbett.
Corbett.
Collective Corbett.
Either way, what are we doing? Potentially, people have been told. Everyone.
Sorry.
Why are we not taking this seriously?
Well,
She's potentially gone to
Yeah, I
tell
thought
people
we were-
that he's here.
We're
Getting our
going.
stuff
We're
to
not
leave.
staying here.
Why don't we go to the bathhouse, continue our conversation there?
We literally told her we're going to
Yeah.
a bathhouse.
She wasn't
What?
in the
Yeah,
room.
No, we asked her about it.
She's the one who
Just
told us
literally
there's a
told us.
bathhouse.
Sorry.
Let's not go to the one other place
I'm a
that she
bit-
knows we're going.
I'm
no,
a
no,
bit
no.
sluggish after that
No,
giant
no,
breakfast.
No.
don't even suggest it.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
No, Leopold will literally clamp his hand over Gerhardt's mouth. No.
We're not doing a trap for the next round.
Don't.
Oh, but I really wanted to go to a bath.
We'll just
we
go to
can
a
go
different one.
later.
Yeah, but not now. For
Look,
now,
I'm
we
look-
get our stuff and we get
Yes,
out, right?
the event this morning at the Grafplatz is this day one?
This is indeed the first day of the carnival.
The Graf
Do you want-
champion.
Oh, right. That's good. Even I know about that.
Well, there's a good chance some of the great and good of the city might be there.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
And also in the royal gardens between
Agreed.
2 and 4th bell, there are elven gymnasts.
Eh,
You
How
might
far-
like this tonight at 7, the 7th bell. There is an opera medley.
oh, right.
How far are these places to each other? Like,
You can have a look on the
You're
map.
not strictly
Look,
sure.
we don't have a map. We have
We-
a map.
we have a map.
Lupo has a map.
Do you know what? We should probably get a map as well before we do this.
Lower Middenheim is a good map too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lupo
Yeah,
has a map.
indeed.
He's blind, he doesn't know where we are.
Anyone got 10 or more 10 or more advances in Lower Middenheim? That being the case, you know where all core events are, and you can also give a quick. Oh, that's about that far away.
And I
each
can
one.
navigate by
You
where
even
the floor
have
is.
a scale on your
Okay.
map if you want to
Yeah.
actually give some relatively
answers.
accurate.
So where are we right
directions.
now? We're in the yellowy bit.
Yeah, you're in the yellowy bit in the middle. There we go, Brockhoffs.
Where's the ale festival?
That is...
Can we pass through?
That starts at
That's
12,
the great park.
whereas the Grass Champion starts at 11. So
Yeah.
if it makes sense,
It's on all day, right?
direction-wise, we could go there first.
Why don't we talk about this while we're walking?
So-
Yes, but
Andy,
before
small
we
exact
go,
scale.
before we go, the Kislevites. I mean, he will presumably be, if he has papers, potentially be going to the palace.
Probably.
Would it not seem strange for someone like that to travel alone? Surely there must be more of them.
Apparently, he had some lads. He said
Okay.
That would be probably staying somewhere cheaper.
maybe.
Did you say lads or pals?
Why does that matter?
Comrades.
Sigfeder is always talking about his pals, I've noticed. So I didn't know if, sort of maybe cut from the
Maybe,
same cloth.
maybe it was mates. I'm not sure of
Right.
the vernacular.
I might also just be clutching at straws here, but, yeah, I tend to be a little bit paranoid these days.
Yeah, I thought when Sigfeder talked about pals, that was a particular subset of his friends.
Well, exactly. But so I was just wondering if this individual had the same sort of strange
Should
subset.
I go and fetch my things from upstairs?
Yes,
Yes.
get the
Right.
travel
We're all
box,
packing.
everything we
We're all
need.
tripping
We're all
upstairs.
packing.
Niels, did you see by any chance
He gets up from where he was praying.
good, yeah, sure. Do you want to carry on doing that?
No, we're going.
Right. Did you see? It's all right. We can you keep packing as we talk. You see like a festival stall or anything? Masks, that kind of thing.
Oh, what? He says, there were all sorts. He says, if you want to buy yourself a mask or something.
Yep, that is the idea.
Right. He says, you could probably buy one from one of street vendors or something.
Right, good stuff. Excellent. God, whetstone for you as well. I think certainly.
Why? What?
Okay, it doesn't matter. Don't worry.
He says, you mean for me dagger?
Yeah.
Thanks very much for the dagger. He says,
Birdie's gone. We've all gone.
Oh, he's coming with us. He's
Yeah.
walking with us.
the bird flaps at the
We're
door.
packing.
Someone comes up to the
Packing.
door, opens it up
Now we're
for the
walking.
door. There you go, you bloody
No,
bird.
that is my bird. That is.
As it cackles away into the
I'm
heavens.
sure it'll come back.
Has anybody seen my day bag? My day bag. It looks like my normal bag, but it's slightly smaller.
Your handbag, you mean? Yeah.
No, that's it. Thank you. Lovely. That's
You
got
mean
all
the
the good
purse?
things. You can laugh at the purse, but it has everything to save your life should anything go really badly. All right.
Father, where's our best bet to find somewhere to stay?
Yeah. I mean, everywhere's busy.
Yeah. Nils found nowhere.
No, it would require luck. We would just have to happen to
It's
be
not the kind
passing
of place
just
where you can
as.
just sleep on the street, no.
No, they move.
Well, they-
Stay out all night.
Well, they did say they'd move you along, but that also a lot of it happened.
Yep.
So
We could
Yeah.
sleep in the park.
We could.
Park is shut,
Yeah.
you know.
Why don't we
Only if they know we're in
we could
there.
hide
before
in.
they
Yeah,
shut
so
down.
you can hide in the park.
Yeah.
do we want to sort of post a lookout here to see if anybody comes back now that we know that somebody's coming back potentially because we're around? Idea?
Well, she didn't see Nils.
That's true. He wasn't there.
Excellent. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Such a dick.
I could. If that's what you want, Father.
Or maybe he should catch to the
Just checking how good a
bathhouse.
lookout he'll be.
We'll soon find out.
It doesn't matter. He'll get
Not great.
He'll get better.
I mean, it's the skill he spent most XP on, to be fair.
He's young. Bless him. He'll do fine.
He'll be grand.
Best that he can.
Is it better to leave him here or at the bathhouse since that's where we're going? I guess she probably would
Probably
know.
here.
Here, but then where are we going to tell Nils to come and rendezvous with us? Like,
Well, why didn't we
Pick
not
an
meet
event.
Nils at the Royal Gardens for the Elven Gymnasts at the second bell?
With the candlestick.
that's up in the colleague's garden, is it?
It says the Royal Gardens. I don't know what that means.
Does that mean the colleague's garden?
I suspect so.
I can find there. I can find there, Father. I'll be there. I'll try to be there on tower. He says,
Perfect.
right.
Marguerite, Lady Magister, does your grandfather, does he use any other names? Could he be going by anything else?
Oh, I imagine my father is not using his correct name.
But has he been known to use
I
any
have no
particular?
idea. He would only send letters when he did with his own name. But I imagine my father, my grandfather.
Um,
No.
This is just my memory though, but how long has he been up in here?
Oh, yes.
Does he have?
Specifically, like 2 years,
Does he have a
5 years?
It's difficult to be certain because he travelled. So he may have come far earlier than I'm possibly aware of, but I would suggest at least 5 years.
Okay, so someone who's already well established.
Yes.
So he'll probably have property in the city. He won't be staying in an inn. He'll have
No, he will
somewhere.
most certainly have found himself somewhere to stay.
Do typically the Wittgensteins have property in Middenheim?
My
might be using?
family is not typical. There is no answer I can provide for that.
We might want to go to the archive and see if there was any property bought around about that time with a Wittgenstein connection.
Where is it that you were intending to go?
Champion Graf. Graf champion.
Graf
Yeah.
champion.
Then I should think that I will make my way to the gardens because it seems likely my father might be there, and I would not like to be seen by him.
Okay.
You'll be looking for someone who is tall, almost certainly charming. He cannot help himself, and he will be working with.
Tall,
how tall?
relative.
And we'll sort of line up in order.
Eric would just walk out of the room.
I would say taller than nods towards Gerhardt, but shorter than yourself.
About 6 foot then.
Okay. Fine.
Charming and working with.
He will almost certainly be working with the nobility.
Right. And we did see a picture of him, didn't we?
Yes, you did.
I have it on a chain.
Does he have a
thing.
particular type that he likes when it comes to the ladies?
Female.
Well, he's not picky then.
It is difficult for me to be certain, given that I have nothing more than second-hand information concerning it.
Do you think we all need to scrub up?
If you don't mind, my lord, I should like to have an escort if I was making my way across the town. Could I please borrow your advisor?
Lucas.
Yes. Lucas's eyes widen.
Lucas, are you okay to that?
Yes.
Then good. Okay. Good man. You got a gun?
Yes.
Loaded?
Yes.
Right, fine. Remember, don't use it to just point it up in the air, scare people.
I'd be fine.
All right.
It's not my first time in Middenheim, after all.
But you also have a propensity for being kidnapped, Lucas.
I know, especially when
Just-
you're not nearby.
No, I will be guarding him.
Right, good.
She says, I just require an escort so that I am not bothered.
So it looks seemly.
Mm.
Yes. I have no real concern for myself.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness. Lucas, I mean, yes, of course. Phi Sigma. Of course, I will escort you. You can escort me. Shall we? Yes, let's. Oh, right. Oh. As his face flushes pink, and the pair of them make their way off.
I think we should make ourselves look appropriate for hobnobbing.
Can I
with
have an
nobles.
intuition test when you please, Alan away?
I think we should more just get out of here.
Yes,
We
this
could
is a
take
conversation
somewhere
we're
else.
getting out.
14 successes.
Holy
I crit.
crap sticks! You critted.
Yeah.
Nicely done. 14.
Yeah.
You suddenly see Middenheim from above. And you feel the wind ruffling through your feathers. It, however, completely replaces her own vision and senses as she runs straight into a wall. Whee! Thud! And you're brought right out of it. Do yourself an endurance test.
Oh shit.
She's never done that before.
No, you're right.
1 success.
That brief moment of joy turns into pain as her nose squishes up against it and a trickle of blood comes from
You're all right.
her nostrils.
What?
She, for a brief moment, it's fair to say, she looks so happy. So happy. Glee in her face as she soared forward into the wall.
Does that remind me of like the first few times I tried being a fox?
I mean, that's a bit of a stretch, but I'm quite happy for an intuition test. If you
Yeah.
crit it, definitely.
That's a bad shout.
Just 1 success.
Yeah, 1 success. Not enough other than to know that she obviously was happy until she really wasn't.
Are you okay?
I think that it's definitely my COVID.
Is this some new
Did it make you run into the
elf
wall?
thing? Can you go through walls sometimes?
No, Elf.
Could you try again?
I saw through its eyes.
Oh, the bird.
Oh,
Or
beautiful.
like my thing. Well, my old thing.
What? Yes. What? Yes. What did you
Seeing
say?
through the eyes
Yes,
of the families. Yeah.
I just say that's useful.
Yes.
So if it's like that, next time it happens, grab onto one of us.
Do you know when
She looks like she's close to tears.
Right. Just 1 second. Look at me. Right, look at my finger. Do this. Do that. Move forwards. Move back. I don't really know why I'm doing this. I've just seen other people do it.
Roll a medicine test, please.
Doesn't she not have pupils so you wouldn't see?
Yeah,
her
exactly.
eyes?
So you can see the movement of the eyes.
But he's read those elf books,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Yeah.
Roll a medicine test, please.
9 successes. And then if it's medicine, I'm at 111.
How many successes? How many advances do you have in it?
20. So,
So 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yeah, that's
plus
enough.
1.
Plus one.
Plus 1, yep.
Nice.
That's enough for you to know that that's not why she's crying. It's not medically based. She's actually upset. You may have passed your bedside manner test.
Oh, right, nice.
This is an evening of firsts.
Yeah.
Right, your tears. Good? Right?
No.
Okay. All right.
Is
You have
everything
never
okay?
felt so small. She is so much taller than you as she wraps her long, thin arms around you.
There. It's all right.
Nice.
We understand watching
good.
you looking wooden. Because we love that.
Right.
Alameda ran into a wall and now she's crying. I don't know if the two are connected.
I mean, that can hurt. I know, I've
You-
run into a lot of walls.
Yes. Right. Are you all right? Is that better?
I will be fine.
Okay. Good.
So we leave in the inn,
Yes.
Crossingham town. Now,
Yes.
you're unlikely to get this wrong. It is an easy Lower Middenheim test.
I mean, it should be really easy looking at the map.
Yeah, the map is
utterly.
utterly...
What I mean by that is we need to basically go round the Flame of Ulrich, and I always know where the Flame of Ulrich is.
That's true, but the roads don't connect. So you know where it is, but you have to go down.
But I know
up some
I know where it
steps.
is, and I know I have to be on the other
Yeah,
side.
yeah,
It's
so-
an easy
yeah.
test. You reverse failures. You don't need to argue.
I'm just saying.
Let's move it along.
Yeah, I think I might need to that success. Oh god, I'm in Nils. Oh, thank goodness. I'm like, oh my god, I'm really stupid.
I was going to say, you don't have very many skills.
No, yes, yeah, because it's an easy success, I can reverse it. and I
superb.
pass. Yeah.
It takes about half an hour to get there. And already the crowds are beginning to gather. The square of marshals where this is being hosted is really big. It stands... Yes?
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, what is it?
On entrance into Middenheim,
Yes.
there was that kind of funneling or absence of actuate.
Yes.
Was that just there, or is that still prevalent through the city? especially with crowds.
Do yourself a channeling test. No, not channeling test, probably perception test.
Oof, no.
Yeah, you're not sure. The Square of Marshals is wide, a good couple of 100 meters across, and a good almost 100 meters in depth as well. It's almost entirely flat, and it is high, really high up over Middenheim. It's surrounded by some of the finest townhouses that Middenheim has to offer, including large barracks over towards one corner where clearly the state army gathers, and there's a good chunk of Middenheim state army actually there, dressed in the good old blues on whites of Middenheim. An enormous number of really well-to-do houses, some of which have got 3, some of which have got 4 stories. Some of them clearly have backs that go down to gardens that might be a good 2 or 3 stories below the square itself. It's a slightly confusing place for those of you who are rubbernecking your way through the city for the first time, looking at, oh, how did we get up here? Oh, up another set of steps, and how many more steps to go? Another 4 flights. Bloody hell. Dum, dum, dum. Till you eventually get up to...
I meant, like, if we just went by sewer, this would be so much quicker.
As I say, the square itself is already beginning to fill with a variety of hawkers who are already supplying the many festival goers with a variety of different foodstuffs and, of course, souvenirs. In particular, there's a whole host of straw men and women who are run through with a variety of very simple looking weapons in the hope of, you know, a little bit of a run through. You were at the Square of Marshals. Here's your dead guy. He was run through. Here's your dead guy. They only cost 2 pfennigs.
Elric is gonna.
Why are you looking at me? If I want somebody run through, I'd do it myself.
As we set off, speak to you, May, and go, can you maybe follow behind a bit and make sure no one's following us?
Good idea.
You all get lost. You know. There's enough crowds, and the place you've already decided is a hellhole that you never want to be more than about an arm's length away from the father. A couple of times you've found yourself doing this. Oh, that's interesting. Ah! Oh, he's so tall.
I have a suggestion. Do you want a piggyback?
And then I can look different directions. Okay.
Do you have the resilient talent?
I have the sturdy talent.
Sturdy's good.
Oh, I don't.
Sturdy is good.
But
That'll do for me.
no, I don't.
Yeah, you'll tire quite quickly.
Yay.
The good old father's a lot stockier than he first looked. Donk.
That way you can't possibly lose him. And we can't lose him either. That's good.
I mean, it'll look a bit strange, a
What?
blind man giving you a piggyback. But
What it's like living up there. They're so tall. Look at it down there. Look at
Nosebleed.
woo. As you push your way forward.
like peering out through his hair.
It tickles.
Several squares have been laid out in the centre of the Square of Marshals for combat, quite clearly. At the centre of it, an enormous big square, there is what appears to be some form of royal box that's been set up. There's a stand there as well, where clearly the great and good of Middenheim, presuming that they are to come, will be sitting. It is, however, quite early. You've got a couple of hours before it all goes off, because it's relatively early in the morning. Do we have any plans while we're here?
Right. Masks?
Is mask wearing kind of a thing? Have we seen people?
Turns out, no.
Oh, so we would look a little strange if we did.
Well,
But we could change our clothes.
a lot of weirdos about.
We are the weirdos.
Well,
We could spend the time before the thing to become friends with one of the nobles and then watch it from one of their balconies.
Pop left. Pop right.
No, you miss holding 2 chunks of Leopold's hair. And it's just like...
you're ratatouilleing.
Exactly.
You may too.
Urge to start cooking.
Do we pass a butcher to get some scraps?
Very likely you will indeed pass. Yes.
Buddy, can I borrow some money? I've lost my purse. Thank you. I think this is too much.
Well, hang on to it. You can always give me that later.
Right. Hello.
You have to buy some scraps. Do yourself a quick charm test. I mean, haggle test. I meant to say haggle. I said haggle in my head.
I have
That
to
counts,
I
right?
would like scraps, please.
Yeah, I have a gold.
Comes out with like a
Haggle.
wheelbarrow.
No. Spend a fortune point.
No, she could
Good use of fortune points. I approve.
4 successes.
Nicely done.
When are we going to learn? Let the father do the haggling.
Yes. But if you walked in,
As you come
get
out
stamped
with
on
a
the head.
sack full of various bits of animal, quite a lot of eyes.
How much does it cost me?
It cost you a full 2 pence.
Oh. Right, I need some change.
Chest is just there to your left.
Birdie, thank you. That's one.
Anybody got
Can I get a
Papa?
penny?
Nicely done.
Good job.
Oh, crap. Is there anything else we're going to do before the square of marshals begins to properly fill? Or are you going to just push yourself to the front of the crowd so that you can see the gathered masses?
What are the rules
From the
and
front.
are you any of you entering? Is that a thing?
Well, yeah, maybe we should just have a wee gossip to find out what this is
Yeah.
all about.
Yes.
Who's likely to come? All of that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna just
Can
keep
I
an-
gossip test from the shoulders
Assist
of the
Leopold.
You can do an assist. You two will basically be working together, yes.
6 successes.
Oh, marvelous. 6. Maybe 7.
What is my gossip?
1 success.
3 successes. That's unusual.
Any
One.
other nobles about? Just out of curiosity.
Not yet, no. No.
No.
Just
Yeah,
leave them to do it.
I got 6
Yeah.
as well. So
7.
Both got 6, so 7.
Marvelous. 7 successes. Right, so you
I
split
think we
apart.
must look so weird.
I'm not with them. I'm with
Definitely.
the elf.
How times change. You split apart, get to chatting to some of the locals, finding out about what's
Okay.
what with the great bouts that maybe. Yes.
Finish your description. I've got some things I'd like to do actually.
Good. The great bouts that may be happening for the Graf's champion, apparently. And you learn from over on the northwest side of the Platte, where a bunch of soldiers are, it's fair to say they're lounging. They're lounging. They're in uniform lounging away, and you feel one of the bright magisters that is inside the barracks long before you even reach them, suggesting that he is almost certainly a battle magister. The amount of actuary that is sucking into the place and is just stopping in there. You can feel it, and as you go by, a slight ripple in your hair goes as it begins to tug at you. That's possibly not someone you want to see.
In terms, like, Elric's rank in the army, is that the same as in Middenheim, or?
It's only inside a regiment that you're a part of. You
Yeah.
have no real rank unless you're attached to an army,
Yeah.
an actual regiment. So if you're attached to a regiment, you automatically get the rank that we've already discussed.
Yeah.
But as it currently stands, you're not. But you are a Magister of the Orders, and if you are dressed as a Magister of the Orders, great.
No, he's cloaked up.
So what do you learn from your gossip test? You learn that you're not really sure who you're going to talk to.
Not
But
going to there.
there's a really big wizard up there, and that's good to know. And you're not sure if going closer is a good idea or not. So maybe just going in the opposite direction.
I have been thinking, Elric, because she's going to stick with Elric.
Mhm.
I am much hotter than humans are, and I know that you have problems with your heat. So I was thinking that perhaps I could be of assistance to you.
In what way?
We could have sex.
We could. Around all these people.
I was
That'd be
thinking.
pretty hot
I was thinking in your room tonight.
in my room. Well, if we have a room, I'll see you there.
It's
Also,
a date.
bear in mind how often we end up sharing rooms.
Yes, we are sharing a room together.
but you mean like
I feel like
Lucas
Gerhard
are
would
also
like to watch.
Just stop! Yumi and Leopold. It doesn't start apparently until about the 11th bell, which you're aware of. Apparently, it often starts late because the Graf's champion tends to witter and tends to arrive late. And it's going to be going for...
If he wants to lose, he might be more inclined to arrive.
He may. It goes for more than one day, and what happens is that folks just get paired off, they fight, and then eventually, every once in a while, they fight off against the Grass champion.
So we could
And he is honor bound to re-challenge any that beat him up to the last day. And if you win, you're stuck here. It's very much a winner stays on, meaning that inevitably you just tire and someone loses and someone replaces them and someone replaces. In previous bouts, he has always come out on top at the end, and he's lost a number of times in the past. They're looking forward to it because apparently he's quite the skilled swordsman. And also, why are you carrying her around on your shoulders all the time?
So she doesn't get lost.
All right.
It's very
Is
busy.
it your daughter?
My ward.
Right. Yeah.
So is it like to the first bloods or to the death or well, probably not to the death? But
No. It's generally whoever beats the other one down. Wow. Okay.
I'm glad he said down. That sentence could have ended very differently.
You're right. It could have.
What happens once the last person wins?
They become Graf's champion.
What does that mean?
Well, you have to go up to Graf, don't you? And become his champion.
But do they do anything between now and the next
As
tournament?
the other one says, you better tell her, just in case she's got any fancies. Says, all right. Oh, no, you're not allowed to, you're not allowed to, of any, relations with no one.
She'll cover Leopold's ears and go,
So he says,
I've got a really good hearing.
yeah, but they don't know that.
you're just not allowed anymore. Your duty is entirely to Graf.
Why would anyone want to win?
For the honour. For honour.
That's
of
my
it.
girl. That's my girl.
So you couldn't sex the Graf.
Birdie, how did you do in your gossip test?
In fact, I got my spot on number.
You end up sitting down near the front with a bunch of, let us call them rapscallions,
do my full hair
are
twirling.
who are chattering away, largely because you're pretty. You've got a good local accent, they like that, and you don't know anything, so they get to tell you about all this stuff. They are very excited because there's going to be all sorts of scraps going on all day. And the funniest part of it is that many of the men, and it's almost always the men, feel honor bound to enter in at least once. So you'll find all manner of men will come up, many of whom are young and stupid, and they just get the living crap beat out of them. And it's hilarious. They could not be more excited about this. They've gathered themselves large lunches inside a little sheet which they've laid out, and they're there. One of them's particularly excited because he's going for, I want full blood in me face. What I'm hoping for is a beat down right in front of me. What do you think, lads? Yeah, beat down right in front of us. He says, apparently though,
I've never felt more at home.
apparently, you don't get to choose who you fight. It's all organised by the master of ceremonies. He's a master of ceremonial whatnot, you know.
I do.
That's what you learn.
Okay.
How did you do?
I got one success.
One
Like
success.
zero. Like I passed.
You've
zero
learned
successes.
that
So you really
Elric,
got 2, right?
Elric is indeed amenable to
Yeah.
hot sex during the eve. So you said there was something else you wanted to do.
Do they have odds? on
Odds.
this?
Oh, there's all manner of folks taking bets.
Interesting.
Supernumerary.
Dun dun! He's going to
Yeah.
use his talent.
So let's do some maths, right? To supernumerate up. So I want to evaluate my best opportunity to make the most cash.
We are going to need to wait until the bout starting.
Fine.
Isn't,
Okay.
Or-
isn't the best opportunity to make the most cash to bet against the Graf's champion, because we know that he doesn't want to be champion anymore.
Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
That-
Well, I
that is
assume
inside
we'll
the
find
knowledge.
out, right?
Maybe
So-
the best thing to do is to see if you can get the ear of this master of ceremonies and get a little advance notice in terms of who's paid up to who.
Yes.
That's a good idea. Like that. Right.
Ooh.
From the heavens
Where's this person?
comes the raven that swoops down and attempts to land on your shoulder.
Wow, okay.
This could be bad.
Can Leopold step out the way if he hears a
We all dive.
Donk. First, a strength test.
I failed.
Nicely done. Ah, donk.
You're mine.
Ah! You kind of, it hits you, it knocks you down. You take
Oh dear.
a mighty 6 wounds minus your toughness bonus.
1 wound.
Okay, you take 1 wound. As it draws blood as it skites across your shoulder, looks completely confused, and in turn itself hits the ground pretty hard, having expected to land upon you, who are also somewhere on the ground. A little bit of blood trickling down from your shoulder.
It's the worst day.
I think you
The
guys.
bird looks up at you like you're a traitor.
Yeah.
Scraps!
You two need to practice that.
That has gathered quite the crowd as they're watching the bird flap. One of them goes, "It's a bloody black eagle! Black eagles! It's a forest eagle!" claims another.
Black Eagles is a great group name.
We shouldn't be the Jaegers anymore. We should be the Black Eagles.
No, silly name.
That's our secret name.
Silly name.
Poke, poke, peck, 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 peck. Look at it, stops, looks at you, and then flies off.
Leopold, you entering?
I don't know. I mean, we could.
You've always been one for sparring.
Might be
Yeah.
fun.
I mean, I might get the living shit kicked out of me, but I mean, it's not
When don't
exactly.
you?
It's not exactly, keeping my head down. Because
It would be interesting to see somebody try and beat up what they perceive as a blind man.
yeah.
Do you think morally people would be okay with that?
Oh, probably. If I was
They
stupid
would,
enough to
it
enter.
would be
Yeah.
once he'd hit them once.
Yeah. The bigger issue would be the blind man who then dodges the blow that you can't see
Yes,
coming.
that is true. Well, how do you want to play it? Because if you do just walk in and let them punch you in the face.
That's the point. Do that here.
I'm not going to do that.
Well, no, it just completely throws off the idea that you could be in any way, shape, or form special. You're just a crazy old blind man
Just crazy
who
old
has to get punched in
And
the
then they'll
face.
know definitely not to watch.
Maybe put you may don't before you do it though.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
'Cause
I'm
that
not
would be
doing
dead
that.
awkward.
No, you sure?
So
I'm
we're
not-
moving up to the front of the right.
I'm not saying I'm not
ring,
interested in maybe entering.
or are we hanging back?
I'm
Do you think-
definitely
Well,
not
I'm
entering
at
and
the
get
front,
punched
so I
in the
might as well
face.
stay
Yep.
there.
Birdie, I think I need an
Good idea.
eagle glove.
Okay, we can fashion you something, I'm sure.
Birdie.
Or maybe something for your shoulder. Pad it a bit.
It's very heavy.
Nips.
It's so.
Yeah.
What about like a helmet?
God, I need medical attention.
Do you actually?
Yes.
She
I've
has
taken-
a trickle of blood coming from her shoulder there.
Okay.
Look,
I
it
think
is
you right.
it is a wound.
Yes, I can see that. It's quite minor.
Try not to infect her with demons though, no pressure.
Oh, good. Hello, darkness, my
Do you
old
want- do you want to
friend.
Yes, please.
Cheers.
It's all right.
Leopold
Well,
is going
I'll
to
do it.
attend.
Okay, that's fine. And
Boom, a miracle.
No, I'm not going to actually.
What were you like?
Sigma, heal yourself.
I passed my heel test.
Wipe it down, do the job. Yeah, nice. You got your win back.
One wound. It's a terrible wound.
It's
can learn
absolutely awful.
did you actually
It's
do
like,
that?
it's like someone slashed your face with
An
a
actual
knife.
heel test.
Oh, well done. That's good. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay, fine.
Could be worse.
Fine. Yeah, could be worse. Could be better, though.
Well, of
Could
course
be better.
I am but an amateur compared to you, my lord.
Correct. Remember that.
In that one very
It's the
narrow-
craft champion!
Oh,
Calls one of the ones beside you. And there's already a slight smattering of clapping and then raise! As he looks round, waves a little bit,
these
then gets
guys-
back to talking to a young man that he's talking to at the
Have
front.
these guys found me yet?
Yeah, they're sort of sitting off to the
I
side
was
of
going
you.
to say, because I can stand up and go,
Mm-hmm.
because they'll all see me and then I can
secret
get back
signal.
down.
Yes.
I think she wants
are-
us to follow.
Are they sharing their food and drink with me?
No.
That's not very nice.
Yes. That's how much it took. No, that's not very nice. Okay. Yeah, that was it. That's all it took. There you go.
Well
Thank
done.
you. You're very kind.
How strong does this Graf's champion look?
Over there, do yourself a perception test. In fact, no. Do yourself a melee basic test.
I think everyone would be. Eric's definitely sizing
So
him.
he's
Oh yeah.
I will be evaluating him.
Lore of warfare
See how
or
expensive he is.
Millie.
No, not warfare. Warfare is big math. Yeah.
Ooh.
basic? Is it?
33?
Yeah.
Jokes, he looks pretty
Now,
capable.
I'm assuming we don't get talent bonuses like drilled and stuff.
No.
Amazing.
Because we are all next to
We're
each
all
other.
just like, oh yeah, no, you.
Everyone, shield out.
It's good, right? You're really good.
Yeah. See like he pivots on his left foot.
Yeah. 7 successes and a crit.
Oh, a crit.
Take him down, Birdie. Take him down.
Is not actually that good.
Go for the eyes.
I say that. He's not all that.
You're not entirely convinced as you look at him. He's heavy-footed as he walks. Really heavy-footed, very, very heel-heavy as he moves his way forward. Admittedly, you fight quite differently to most in that you're often up on your toes because of the way you were trained. But he looks so flat-footed that just the way he walks, it's like thump, thump, thump. You're quite convinced that
I think
no.
maybe the key to success here is endurance more than skill.
He doesn't look like he's got much finesse.
But does he look
certainly.
like he can take a lot of punches?
He puts up his hand
Punch
like
him in
so,
the face,
and
Birdie.
suddenly a smattering of applause
tease
comes out
me.
again, and he goes off behind the stand
No,
and disappears.
seriously, why are you not entering? You should enter.
Yeah, we should.
We
Although-
should.
You should.
Well, no, I mean, I could try.
Have them if
but
you will.
Okay, why not? We've been sparring all this time, and it's the
yeah, I
that's
think
the only
it's
thing
fine.
she's good at.
And
so-
you might catch someone's eye.
Well, ideally, my father's.
Or
What?
Lady Wittgenstein's grandfather.
No. Well, either. But my father should be in town as well.
Gift that.
Please.
Wait, I know that we had a little bit of a discovery recently and everything. Do you think that they would be aware of who you are there? You know?
I look like every woman that's ever come from that family. We are the spitting image. You'd like to think it would pique their curiosity.
Sure, you're gonna be watching as well.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be
Just
cool.
a thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, let's do this.
Let's
then.
do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're watching as
Fight
the
I'm assuming it's a no miracles, no fireballs kind of deal.
you would imagine so, although you're not entirely sure
Yeah,
even
we'll see
how
what-
to enter yet.
we'll see what the entry form says.
Yeah.
As the stands over on the other side are beginning to fill,
Kind
a
of
variety
cool.
of what you would guess are minor lords and ladies of Middenheim and its surrounding baronies and duchies. Again, you presume. None of them are holding handy
Oh yeah.
heraldic devices for you to look at. They're just,
Dickheads.
yeah, it's very rude. Plus, a variety of visiting nobles are probably up there too. Yes,
The way that this works is you can enter multiple times, right?
you believe so.
You know what we said about the punching in the face, right? What we're going to do is you're going to get punched in the face multiple times, different rounds, and then I'm going to put loads of money on you, and everyone will be like, "No, that's stupid because you can't see," and that's when you're going to be good.
I feel that might be a little impious.
No.
No, not implies at all. So
It's
I am well
Birdie's
versed.
broken.
It's like it's very
the look
clever,
on
my
his
lord.
face, like it's the
But
best
bearing in
one
mind
ever.
I lost my vision, and yet can perceive as a holy gift from Sigmar. It feels like that would be squandering that.
But would he be like happy that you were taken from the orcs? We have some kind of like,
Unity coming together.
Ulrich is Sigmar as God. I don't think.
Yeah.
he might
Like
have
the current cults have some issues, absolutely, but not the gods, at least not to my understanding.
Look, trust me, I would know. Sigmar would be okay with this. All right.
You do not know.
You do not know.
I do.
No, you have proven yourself singularly resistant to my spiritual teachings, my lord.
No, it's
That's
a test.
because he's
Everything's a
part
test.
demon. Anyway,
No, it's all a
One of
test.
the kids by you looks at you.
I'm joking.
I've set up a like a totally 100% fair and like gambling thing before I could help.
Sounds good. Yep, love it. Yep.
Ambulance.
Comes a call. And everyone quietens down in the general hubbub as they look over. There's a trumpeter. And a gentleman comes forward, dressed in a long blue robe, and reads out from a scroll, looks up and says, I am hereby empowered, he says, to open the grand melee for 25-12.
He says he's here to open the melee.
They are. Graf is seeking a champion. He says, if any believe themselves capable of being champion, he says, now is your time to go and speak to state soldiers over at far side. You've got yourself until the bell rings over at Temple of Sigmar to get yourself registered for first rounds of bouts.
Father?
He says,
Shall we?
so, hike it! He says,
Give
what was
him
it?
fake
There's
names.
a, hey!
Give fake names.
I mean, Father Leopold's very common.
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of generic. But I mean, anybody here who's going to know the name is going when they hear that there's a 6-foot Order of the Silver Flame person.
Yeah, it's
Who's got no
There's almost no
eyes.
point.
Well, to be fair, no, right now the blind thing is probably my best disguise because
Yes.
nobody here knows I'm blind.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
So who's going over to register? Yep, love it.
No,
Yeah,
come
you
on,
mate, love it.
no, come on. Oh,
No.
no, you're the
Can't
crazy
join.
one.
I'm going to the bookies.
no, I'm not
I'll
doing
go-
my
I'll go
sword.
with you.
You're going to the bookies?
I'll go do the bookies.
Right.
Make your
Like
own
I say-
bookie.
like I
Black
say-
Eagle bets.
The master of ceremony. The master of ceremonies, my lord.
What? Okay.
Go talk to him.
Control the bouts.
Yeah, fine.
No, let's just bet against the champion.
What, every time? If he wishes to lose. But then he might also be doing the same thing that I was suggesting.
He might be
This is
that
why we do
good.
the fighting and not the
He can
thinking.
come across so bad.
Exactly.
Right. Hmm.
Up here for thinking,
Yes, I'm
down here for dancing.
Or kicking. Sorry, foot shoving.
I'm good at dancing.
right.
In certain environments. I know
So-
a few steps.
Who's front of the queue? Of your little queue, at least.
Well, probably Birdie, since for appearance's sake I'm blind.
Yeah.
A state soldier is sitting there beside an older man who is with Quill, taking down names as they come forward. There's quite a long queue of boys.
But so as we're queuing, can we put like eavesdrop?
Mhm.
And are people just giving their actual names, or are people trying to give themselves like stage names? You know,
Oh,
like
right.
wrestlers and
It's
stuff
a
like
little bit of both.
that. Sounds like
um,
calls up the blind father.
Something to go laser quest.
I think you should throw Blind Fury.
Blind Fury.
Here we go. As you come up to the top, looks up at you and says, right, what exactly are you, what's your name, please?
She thinks from Birgitta Helstein.
Healthstein.
Full on just
Really, just going for it.
I know.
Wow.
Looks up at the soldier.
Doesn't do
The
subtle.
soldier shrugs. Right. Oh, very good. Very good.
What's the one
Make
we were
yourself
supposed to mispronounce?
over there. Do you have your own weapons?
No.
Yeah. Yes.
Thanks.
You're only allowed to use one.
I'll leave the hole with them.
Go join the queue with all the other boys.
Hurry up.
Looks
Is he
towards
blind
you.
as well?
No.
No.
It's fine.
Yes. Your name.
Blind Fury.
You,
Your name.
I thought that was
Well, and I still need your name for the record.
Father Lou.
Father. How's that spelled?
I really don't know.
L-O-O. And then I'm going to write Blind Fury. Very good. Who's next?
I'm still thinking about it.
She's like, you go.
Fuck.
Hot stuff.
Elric Tuberman.
Elric Tuberman.
That rings a bell.
Could have gone Elric the Red.
Mm-hmm. That way, I think you go join the rest of the boys.
You said we can take one weapon?
Are you registering? Looks up at the soldier. Soldier shrugs.
Any weapon we want?
A bomb and a cigar.
It's a hand weapon, yes.
Hand weapon.
A sword or an axe.
What about a
Alex took
metal
his polearm.
fan? I hold it in my hand.
Well, excuse me, I'll need to confirm. Excuse me.
Okay.
He says, and then behind you, oh, because there's a queue.
Sorry.
And he
Not
goes
from
off.
here.
He goes off and speaks to the one who was reading out before. He says, she wants to use a metal fan. And the other one says, right, a metal fan. Well, how big is it? I didn't ask. Oh, why didn't you?
Can she overhear this?
No, he can. You can't. No cute sense hearing.
They're arguing over how big your fan is.
She'll take it out.
Why do you even say it? Just bring it. Just
Well,
use
no,
it.
what if I don't want to wait with the boys
says-
if I'm gonna be disqualified?
Looks like it's bloody bigger than her. He says, oh, she's got no chance. Just let her in.
Industrial.
Right, it is. As he comes back, could I please have your name?
It's Tsume.
Sume.
Yes.
How's that spelt then?
T-S.
T.
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 Yes.
Right.
S.
Good.
S.
Could go a cuppa.
Yeah.
U.
U.
M.
M.
E.
Does this stop?
Yeah. E.
Is that it?
Tsume.
Tsume.
No. Tsume. Tsume.
Right. He says, you go join the other boys.
Okay. Thank you.
And you all get to join the other boys.
And she'll turn around to the others and go, it means claw.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh,
You should have said the claw.
The claw.
hooded or otherwise.
Claw.
The claw.
Ah, not awkward. There's your mother.
She won't see you, you're dead.
She's up by the in the central royal box wearing a heavy veil. But there is no doubt at all that that is your mother.
Oh, I was.
Is she? Who's she
She-
sitting next to?
Sheer is wearing white and she's currently sitting beside nobody.
I'm so. I need to do okay.
This now means something.
God damn it.
I believe in you.
Okay,
You can do it.
They didn't. Oh, maybe that's the come. There's been no like rules of combat.
Nope, none. Everybody's registered.
One hand weapon, no rules.
Staff.
800 men enter, 1 man wins.
Then
Blind fury.
as horns blare, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of them blare. And then crump, 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 crump. A bunch of Knights Panther come out into the royal box.
Leopold is going to steady himself, maybe get hold of Birdie's shoulder,
Mhm.
just in case the Graf is with him and he's about to have a Runefang vision.
Crump, crump,
You
crump.
alright, Father?
As they all make their way over, and then coming behind them is the figure of a woman, a tall woman, about, you'd guess, shorter than you.
Yeah, of course.
Blonde and exceedingly pretty, high-necked blue dress, form-fitting, with a heavy metal bodice that's held in place. A wolf sitting in the center of it, a wolf's head, as what is almost presumably Princess Katerina makes her way over and sits herself down as all the knights make a stamp. And then suddenly, the entire place erupts. It's more cheers than claps. Clearly, the good old princess
Rather wrong.
is exceedingly popular.
It's good to see her in public.
Is that your pal?
Ooh, maybe get them like introduce us. I can't say that to you because you're not here.
Then from behind, a much older woman with a bonnet on. Comes
Older
up.
woman.
Nicely done. Whispers something in the princess's ear. She looks up, and the woman sits down and starts knitting beside her in a small chair.
I'm getting Queenie and Nursey from Blackadder.
Totally,
vibes.
yeah.
Alameda is just like looking at the boxes and just seeing if anyone matching the description of von Wittgenstein is around. You know, just surveying.
Do yourself a perception test, please. This is sight-based.
Would you use your telescope?
That'll be really obvious.
I presume, what about
Oh, just go for full-on tourist vibe.
Ooh.
Four successes.
Nicely done. So far, there are several people who could be. They're all relatively charming, tallish humans who are all in the upper class side of the audience. As your eye glides back to the royal box, see someone you recognise, Relani.
Well, I thought he might be here if the princess.
He skips up, goes over to where the princess is, and a needle goes whoosh, like that from the old woman. As he makes a small bow, says something, the princess looks over, laughs, and he moves round, sits down beside the older woman. The older woman, who looks at him, smiles once, then gets back to her knitting.
Maybe if I can catch his attention, I can be invited in.
Oh.
You have to bring us too.
So, beyond that, what are we all doing?
Whatever we're told, I guess.
Yeah, waiting to be.
You're waiting.
Yeah.
What's Gerhardt doing?
right? Is there?
You're
obvious
with
area?
Element of Wife just
do-
now. Plus, you can see all the boys,
As in the poshos, or as in the?
as in
fighters?
all the people who are going to be fighting.
Right.
They are pretty
okay.
much all sitting there, including a very tall father,
Yeah.
Birdie, Yumi with a fan,
All right.
who
What do
is possibly, you think, bricking it.
Mm.
What do you think? Do you see anyone that matches the description? I see
What?
Rolani. Rolani.
You shout out, Rolani is an elf. Chances of him missing this are almost none. Yeah, he didn't fail that one. As
Is
he
that
looks
because
out,
of the good hearing or the narcissism?
a little bit of both.
Yes.
Yeah. As he looks over, sees you and goes, leans over. Oh.
For the film stereotypes, all elves know each other.
Right. Well, I'm going to put some money down. And I've actually, there's a little vote going on in the chat, so I've actually
I do
I've
like
actually
votes
put my
in the
money
chat.
where my mouth is in the chat and done a little vote there as well. So I'm going to put my money
Chat knows nothing.
on the father.
On the
So,
father.
we'll say
It's not what you've ticked here, Ed.
On the father. To lose.
we'll go.
Andy, is it making time for another goblin's treasure?
No, not yet. Nice try.
Full. I'm gonna go
Error in
full
production.
silver.
No goblins. No, maybe later though, depending on how they do. You might win me by the second half. Production corner and their attempts to get good stuff for the players.
Like a corner goblin.
Your role, Aaron.
I'm kind of getting swung by this.
Edit that out.
Nah, keep it in. Right, so we have 4 competence. You're
say-
definitely going to be dropping some money on the
Yeah,
good father. How much are you popping on it?
Silver.
4 silver. Are you involving yourself with any of the side
nothing.
bettings, or have you got a different plan?
She's like really focusing her attention on looking out for the person for Wittgenstein, using the cover of all of this. So,
That
yeah.
sounds good to me.
I've just thought of what we should have done, and we can do it if we do this again the next day. One of us could have used the name Wittgenstein, because that would have piqued his attention, wouldn't it?
Mhm.
I mean, it also might have got us killed. You know,
You
so
think?
so maybe Birdie.
I pretend to be
can
all
I
kinds
have
of people.
from
I'm
you a
fine.
perception test?
Yeah.
Perception.
Yes.
I could have
Yeah.
done Halcyon hyphen Wittgenstein.
One
That
success.
would have
Good. That's all I needed.
Yeah.
Right, so
I love it when that happens.
Yeah, it's lovely,
Yeah,
isn't it?
right.
You're all gathered there, and Master of Ceremonies comes forward, looks down the list, and says, "Blind Fury." Birdie bursts into laughter.
Get him, killer.
Right, is that you? Oh, right. You're blind then.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. He says as he makes his way down
Sigma will protect me.
to Summy. Tummy. He says,
Tummy.
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 That's what I said.
No.
That'll be you then. Right. Look,
Are they gonna
blind
have-
fellas and girls. Well,
First fight.
this is going to be a great year this year. Right, your ladyship. Just walk straight past you. Right. You'll be which one are you?
Elric.
Ah, right, gotcha. Right. Looks at you all. Right, you're a stocky fella. You look like you're obviously a very impressive lady. Right. As he goes off, and it takes about 10 minutes for him to sort it all out. Birdie is pitched against a 13-year-old.
Oh, that poor
Kick the
kid.
fucking shit out of him.
I'm ahead of you. I've already worked out how to
Quite
break every
clearly,
bone.
and it's quite obvious as well, they've decided that she's potentially someone of importance. So
Stacked.
they're just going to give her the weakest opponent that there is.
I'm just happy they put me against her.
They did not. They put you against a rather, let's call him burly bloke,
Punch him in the balls.
who looks like he's maybe about 18 years old, and also, perhaps, just because it's a theme of the evening, called Arthur. He's got himself a club.
Oh,
Ooh.
Okay.
That could hurt.
Yeah, quite. The good
That's the
father.
attitude.
The good father is posted against a really big bearded bloke.
Great.
A big, huge beard.
Great big bushy beard.
His hair is beginning to recede. He's in his, you guess, later years by the way his heart's going. Oh no. Oh no. At about 45 beats per minute.
Oh,
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep, you can hear that. That's not great. Birdie, your opponent, looks like he thinks he's going to have it easy.
Swap you.
What's the height difference?
He is about 5'4".
Oh, bless.
As he looks at you like this and says, "Well, I'm going to bloody have you over me knee."
yeah, punt him.
He says, "Over me knee."
Push his shit in.
Meanwhile, for
I'll
yourself,
steal him.
you have been given a particularly tall fellow. Lanky, skinny, you would guess young, maybe about 18, 19. Clearly someone who's being egged on by that smaller group of also younger fellows and two fellettes. That's not coming out well. I'm just going to stop while I'm ahead. Just going to stop while I'm ahead. Ladies. Yeah, quite. Who are cheering him on. As the Master of Ceremonies turns round and goes, "Right, everyone, shut it! Shut it! You know the rules." He says, "It's nice and simple."
Hit him.
And you hear from out in the crowd, "Kick living shit out of them." No. He says, "There are sensitive ears here." He says, "The rules," as he turns round. "Your Royal Highness."
Elric bows.
And everybody falls silent and bows. And amongst the audience that are up in the stands, they all stand and they bow as well. "Lords, ladies," he says, "good citizens of Middenheim, and you other folk," he says, "the rules are nice and simple. Bouts. No magic, no nothing tricksy. I mean, you can throw sand in the face if you've got any, but if you do, well, that's a good ambush, that is. So be prepared for that. You'll remember one of the previous champions did it." There's laughter.
Puppet silence.
But no, seriously, he says, it's all about facing off against your opponent and who is the one who can dominate the other. At any point, your opponent can surrender, but to do so, well, it makes you craving for the day. And everyone shouts, craving for the day!
Craving for the day.
Craving for the day! Which means everyone can beat the shit out of you. You got to wear at all day. So, he says, if you want to back out of your fight because you think you might be losing, that's entirely up to yourselves, lads, isn't it? Hey, there's no chance. All of you.
We'll see.
You're allowed one-hand weapon, and you're not meant to draw blood.
Oh.
He says, not that I'm saying it won't happen, but you're not supposed to. May Ulrich watch over you all. May Ulrich see the victors, and may Ulrich be with you when you fall. There is no shame in having the shit beaten out of you. He says, Your Royal Highness.
I thought we practiced our bowing last session.
I'm just warming up.
So, what you thought might be a whole host of bouts is not quite the case. There's a bunch of training circles off to the side, which you can run off to if you don't want to watch, if you happen to be ones who are competing. And a few of the younger lads are off there to basically beat each other up a little bit, get themselves going, get the blood pumping, where others are much prefer to just sit and watch. And for the first rounds, at any one time, there's generally 3 fights on. The first to be called up will be the good blind father. We're going to keep it simple. It's a single melee appropriate to the weapon of your choice test. If you use bare knuckle fists, the crowd loves it. You will be scoring extra points for the crowds for your popularity. Because they love that stuff. If you use a weapon, no particular benefit.
What's my opponent doing?
Your opponent's got a sword. You can tell, even from here, the way it's moving there, it's blunt.
Well, he's got a weapon.
Yeah.
I'll start off with a weapon. I may abandon
Marvellous.
it partway through.
Warhammer.
Yeah. Warhammer.
It starts off with a simple contested test. If you win, you can do your full damage as normal, or the opponent wins. It's whoever rolls highest out of the two, but just keep it nice and simple. They do the damage, and then one side can choose to surrender or not. Nice and simple. Go.
Is there advantage if you've won and they don't surrender?
Oh yeah, there's advantage if you, but you start off with no advantage to begin with, obviously.
Choose the guesses.
I have a mighty 6. Okay, bong! As he hits you with the flat of the blade, he's got +2, so he has a total of 5, so it's only 7, 8 wounds.
I'm sure I'm not supposed to wear armor. Shouldn't people
Fine,
wear armor?
yeah, none of them are wearing armor.
Not even leathers.
No, they're not even wearing
Okay, that's
leathers.
fine. So what did he say? 8?
Yeah, 8 damage.
So that is I'll keep up.
Are you giving up? And again?
A Sigmarite being craven for the day, I die. That'd be a fake point. So it's not.
The last thing to say is that all blows are automatically pooled unless you choose for them not to be. That means that you can't basically cause a critical. You do no extra thing. You just do the damage your rolls do until you hit 0, when you will be effectively knocked out.
Oh, it's exactly the same roll. 2 successes again.
2 successes.
fortune point.
Oh, I have -1, so you've won by 3.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you only spend the fortune point to
to
know.
add 1, which would make no. If it ever
I
comes
don't
close to that.
care.
You
You've got
want
money
to-
on this. Do better.
Well, right now, I mean that's 3 again. So right now we're,
Yeah, totally.
But the
Bah,
add your
poof,
weapon
buff.
damage.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
So did you need my weapon damage and everything?
Yes, absolutely.
So that is +9, so 12.
Ow. Bong.
Yeah, well,
Ouch.
Rope 'em in.
Father took some strike mighty blow when he built himself.
Bong. Blood into his arm. Oh,
Yeah.
stab. We pause as we hit round 2, and you've got the upper hand. I'm doing a test for the crowd to see if they're falling behind you or him. Are you supporting the crowd in any fashion? Are you joining in? or are you just watching on in a calculated fashion?
I don't think we're there yet. This is just starting. You know what I mean?
Marvelous. The crowd, sadly, Sigmund turns against you. You lose all advantage. As they're booing away as you go.
I'm very disappointed you're not doing like a full-on.
I'll do it in a
Sure,
moment.
Your breastplate
nice.
shatters in your eyes. Someone from the crowd stamps on it.
37. Yeah. Yeah, 6 successes.
-3.
So that's
18
9,
wounds?
18, yeah.
Boo! Boo! Go on! Wallop! Ah, God! Bleed. As I do believe that the winner, he says, is Blind Fury! You get your money back again.
So just double it.
Yeah. So
Nice.
What is the princess doing? Does she care about these events?
Um,
Is she
she-
actually watching?
no, she's watching. Yeah, she's definitely watching. Next, you may.
Dun dun.
You slide into the very slightly blooded space where the good
Fun.
father,
Uh-huh.
as the one who's looking at you, just looks at you. All right, little girl. He says,
Ew.
Ew.
You know
I'm
what to
gonna
go for
spank
first.
your body in front of everyone.
I
He
love
says,
this spanking nonsense going on.
Origins.
Ulrikins,
We'll see.
are you ready? Let's see how it goes.
Go you, mate. Sorry, Sume.
Zoom it.
Sume. Does he just wet himself and faint?
What did you do? Like 2 successes.
Fumble.
-4 on a fumble.
Kick him in the balls! Kick him in the balls! Kick him in the balls!
Pumped! He's like, ooh! As the fan slides together and you wallop right in there.
Nice.
Um,
Does he bend over?
oh, yeah.
I slap him in the butt.
Bash in the back. Love it. Wow, he's failed that test too. So, yeah, he's on the ground as he goes, oh, give up! Oh, give up! Oh, give up!
Craving for the day!
Craving for the day! Craving for the day! Well done, Yumi. Hey, all right, let's see how you do.
What does her mum do when you
Yeah.
You can't tell behind a veil. She just watches on and
Her
passes.
shoulders
Maybe.
don't tense.
Elric's carrying his staff. And he will go to shake the guy's hand.
As he looks at you,
Good fight.
he says, "You're going down, you southern boofter."
Alright.
Let's go.
Sorry about that.
Spanking, phobia. Origins are the worst.
Organs are the worst.
No, they are literally the worst.
1 success.
-6
17 wounds.
and a fumble.
Nice.
Made the worst. As he goes, woof, right past that.
I was barefisted.
Yeah, he's barefisted it.
Oh, I properly smacked him in the head.
You know, whack, whack, whack,
Yeah.
as he spins on the spot, one leg sticking out, and then crashes down to the ground as his skull smashes into the stone. Test. Soldiers come rushing in from either side. Pull him up. 2 of his teeth are left in the cobbles.
That's what you get for being a bigot.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you freaking deserved.
Yeah.
As he looks up and he does this. Everyone bursts into cheers. Best day ever. As he gets pulled up, his mates over in the corner are exceedingly excited by this. They're like, yes! And he's like, as he goes up to you.
Staff on his...
And he pats you on the shoulder and lifts up your arm and goes, and then stomps his way over there. Comes back, picks up his teeth.
No, they're my teeth. You left them in the arena. Chuck them into the crowd.
That's almost.
Wow.
Are you not
Birdie.
entertained?
Are
Well
you
done. Well done.
secretly posed against child
Is he-
warrior from hell?
Is he barefisting it?
Oh
Is
no!
he-
He's got a wooden sword.
Oh,
I am
Oh.
going to have to be so careful
No.
with him.
Fist on Birdie.
Just
No, he's gonna crit Birdie. Just smack him in the face.
Or go barefist, take his sword off him.
Yeah.
Paddle him.
I'm not as good at melee brawling though, as I am melee.
Your
boxing.
bloody going down, you big giant!
Oh, that's uncalled for.
Heightist. We'll see.
You're going
And
down!
then I ruffle his
We'll
hair.
see.
Right! Oh, I'm so excited. I dropped my dice. I rolled 0-1. So lowest possible success I can get.
7 successes.
I go 1. As you pock,
Yeah.
punk. Total damage, please.
That will be 7 plus 19 points of damage. I'm gonna. It's gonna be flat to the
19! Are
blade.
you sure it's
No,
19?
I've got a plus 12 to
Plus-
damage.
Plus 12. Are you
Yeah,
sure?
I've got Strike Mighty Blow a couple of times, and a couple of I've got 80 in my weapons.
You don't
so-
have to use Strike Mighty Blow, though. You might have to kill them.
Bonk!
Yeah.
Back pulling blows. Okay,
I'm
as he's crump hits the ground.
Yeah.
Tweet, tweet, tweet,
Yeah.
tweet, 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 tweet.
I walk over and put my hand out to pull him back up.
No, he's out.
Do you want to go again?
He's out. Way!
Dangling him. Do you want to go again?
slap him about.
Bang! Wow. Round 1. Odds change.
Ah, interesting. It's,
You must have won some money though, girl.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I mean, this is now just free money, right? It's always been free money, but still more free money.
Yes, it doesn't cost the blood of your people or anything like that.
No, not at all. It's metal, no blood. Do you know, is it blood in your culture? Do you make coins out of blood?
It is a metaphor.
Right, I see.
For
Fair
an
enough.
intelligent
And,
person, you're surprisingly dim.
The master of ceremony calls out and he says, well, you know how it is, he says, and they all shout, winner stays in! Hey!
Let's hedge the bets this time. I'm going to put 2 on Blind Fury. And 2 on Child Destroyer. Birdie.
He survived.
Birdie needs a name. Let's come up with a name for Birdie. The White Claw.
White Fury. Everyone's Fury. We are the
And
Furies.
You cannot call your mate Yellow Fury.
You can be Fan Fury.
Oh, man. Right.
Bright Fury.
Right, yeah, sure. No, that's fine. Do you want to spread
Next
it out?
which one?
Sing a song. Let's sing a song about it.
Oh.
All right.
Oh. It's Birdie versus Elric.
Oh,
Sorry,
this is
I've
been
got
brewing for
yeah,
a while.
Finally!
Fight!
This is an
Fight!
unstoppable force with an immovable object.
You both are drawn against other winners. You've got yourself someone who looks like, oh man, are you going to get all the bearded ones?
I mean, it's Middenheim, right? Odds are they're going to be bearded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're either young or
You've
they're
got a
bearded.
bearded one.
Nice.
As he looks at you and goes, this don't feel right. He says, you're just a little lass.
I am just a little lass.
He says, and you hear from off to the side, she kicked him in the balls! As he says, right. You're a dirty fighter, are you? He says, well, let's see how this goes then. You versus the ex-Knight of the White Wolf.
Oh.
That'll be fine.
Charm him.
Can I
Charm
do
him.
a charm test first?
I mean, if you want, to what end?
For him to not
Not
slice
just
me
completely.
in
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Okay. That's
he
one
using a weapon?
success.
Hmm?
Is he using
Oh
a
no,
weapon?
he's fist.
Yeah.
Unless he's an animal, just one success.
Here's another
Well,
He
I
used
want
to
to.
be on
I
the
have been
Bible.
called an animal in me time. He says, I'm sorry, love, but it's on me honour. I've got to crush you. He says,
Fair enough.
If you just stay out ring, he says, and don't come crawling back in, I won't hurt you too much. But I will toss you out. He says, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Right, let's see how it goes.
1 billion successes.
It's not a billion, but it's a fair number.
Oh, God.
Do
Okay.
really well.
No, it's just 2 successes.
Oh, I'll be moving you into a grapple with your 2 successes, you say.
I'll up it to 3. Just.
Are you sure you really want to? I don't really think it's going to make a lot of difference, little girl.
I'll spend a fate point.
Boom!
Fair enough.
With the scissor kick is victorious.
And he does pick you up.
Wow.
You can do yourself a struggle and get free test. Strength in your case.
Gouge his eyes.
Yes, it's strength.
Go
I'm
for
sorry,
the
you
eyes,
in a
move.
grapple. If you have any wrestling talents or strong backs or any equivalents, that will help.
What?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, I have all
I
of those.
figured that might be the case.
Fast hands?
But
Could
you've
I
noticed maybe
tickle
he
him?
forgets.
Yeah.
Wait.
What was I doing?
Yeah.
I'm free rolling that. Just roll the
that
100.
Yeah.
It's not a high thing, but like, come on, 100. Oh, 10. So
Oh,
one
nice.
success.
As he smiles a bit, he says, "Well done, lass," and then lobs you into the crowd.
Could I do an athletics test to,
Tumble.
Go.
yeah, land gracefully? That's not. I'm gonna re-roll. Was it athletics, right?
Yeah, totally.
That's worse. One fail.
You land back first into the crowd, who half catch you, half drop you, as you thud down,
Crowd
taking
surfer.
9 wounds minus your toughness bonus. Okay, you have been successfully thrown right out of the ring, and you can hear the Master of Ceremonies calls, "Well, she's out." Says, "That's it, she's lost." Apparently, another way you can lose is just to be thrown out.
Fair enough.
And there's like, "Hey!" I was one of the goes, "We got a good try, lass, good try." He says,
Thank
"I
you.
think he wants to be, actual champion this year."
Fair enough. If he doesn't want to fuck for a year, that's fine.
That causes laughter to spread as he calls out, "Oh, nice one! My wife just died, you see."
Oh.
And there's all silent in that one. And he's like, no, she died in battlefield. Hey! As the odd cultural moment of, yay, she died in the battlefield. Woo!
Alright, you may will bow towards what looks like the princess was really her mother, and that leaves.
You've already left forcibly.
Alan and wife will beckon you over to
Yeah.
the cool kids. Right?
The cool kids.
Quite. The princess taps over towards one of the Knights Panther at the side. There's a.
Oh. Are you okay?
Yeah, I mean a bit bruised, but I'll be fine.
Do you want me to look you over, or you all right?
No, I'll be fine, thank you.
Okay.
The big chap comes over and says, "You're right, love."
I'm okay, thank
He
you.
says, "You're fair wriggled up there. I thought you were going to slip free. You're like a bloody eel."
Well, you have to learn that kind of stuff when you're small.
He says, "You did all right, though."
Thank you.
And he says, "Aura could be proud of that." He says, "You're on the little." He says, "Glad you didn't use that fan thing. It looks very sharp."
Yeah, I was worried when the rules were no blood, Can cut up someone pretty bad.
The more like guidelines. He says, as he moves his way
So
back.
what is your name so we can bet on you?
He says, "Bet you can't guess."
Is it Ulrich?
As he makes his way off.
I won the bet. I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
you did.
Right. Yes.
Hey, father. Let's see how we do.
Is my opponent weaponing or fisting?
Fisting.
Fisting!
You're being fisted.
I will fist in return.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. I think that would be.
Yeah, 5 successes.
-1. Damn it.
Nice.
Poor roll to begin with.
You hit with this.
So you won by 6, doing how much?
It'll be less, won't it?
Yeah, keep up.
Bear with. 5, so 11.
That's 3.
Oh dear! Where's my hammer?
Thud! Oh no!
Well, now I'm wondering if Sigmar would disapprove of a little miracle.
Yes.
Yes.
No, a little blessing, not a miracle, a blessing. Just a little. Do it. A little.
You're all.
I haven't got
children,
anything that
aren't
actually boost damage, so yeah.
you? We could have made so much. Now you
And
still.
so many sim points would have landed upon
4.
10!
10.
Okay, I see. Punches hard for
It's
a total of.
bad
And
hit.
his mighty blow 26.
Mighty blow applies to fists as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, fuck.
Yep.
Fucking hell.
Sorry, say that again.
26.
26, so 21. I'm
I
still
only got
standing.
4.
Still standing.
Oh, you've not been hit that hard in a long time.
I mean, I'm just standing.
Ooh, swaying a little as he backs off and he says, "You're all right, blind man."
Where'd you go?
Oh, Trixie. It might have worked.
Come on. 3 successes?
3 successes I have, -1.
Okay, good.
So that's 9.
Oh, sorry, no, -0. But regardless,
8.
-1 will do. Let's make it. So it's still,
9.
poof, I see. Oof. Right. Oh, not a great roll though.
Go on.
Because I've got advantage now, 7 successes.
6. You won it by 1. Nice. You're getting your punches in. This fight's going on a lot longer than everyone expected.
What are you made of?
It's a little bit like that moment when, he's just like, doof, 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 and he's like, he might go for a grapple, but he's not. He wants to take you out. You were reeling a bit. Oh, did not do well again.
4 successes?
I got 6 though.
Didn't do well. 6.
That'll take you out. As boom, crunch, bang, down.
That's good. That was an honourable one to go out.
Yeah,
with.
totally
I'm happy
was.
with that.
Good audible one. And there will be a lift up and a pull, and he'll lift up your arm. And he says, "Ulrich Wednesday."
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah. We'll keep that.
So,
Just so I remember.
here comes the fight, which we'll do after the break. At the corner of the square of marshals sat a woman with a purple hood. She had been watching for some time at Gerhard, trying to figure out if she could somehow isolate him from this crowd. She'd sent in 2 of her fellows in an attempt to do that. They gave up swiftly. They all fell back, and as a group, they came up with a plan. Meanwhile, in the center of the square of marshals, Elric faces off against Birdie. Elric, Birdie, who will win?
Grudge match.
Sunday.
Are you throwing any trash talk in either direction?
Birdie's just looking at him, dispassionate. I will shake his hands because I'm not an idiot.
Are we ready?
Fireball.
And how
I channel every fucking bit of X-ray in the building.
From the building into her.
it's very hard to do that when you've got no head attached to your body.
Oh, the trash talk is happening! Round 1.
This is why we're going
Dice
first.
off!
Oh.
3 successes.
Nice.
1 success.
Meaning you have a total of?
11.
Cool. Take off my toughness. Let me start marking this down. Cool.
The blows have started as Birdie gets a quick shot in the gut. Elric rolls with it and... Round 2.
Oh.
I'm going to use my final fortune point to
I'm going to
reroll
use
that
a fortune
100.
point as well because that was a
You
fumble
got-
too.
Both of you just like.
Again, with advantage.
0, 0, 0.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah.
So I've got advantage, so 7 successes.
Oh, 2 successes.
So 7 plus 8 is 15.
No,
5
5
plus 8.
plus 8.
5.
How did you do the last one then? Because I might have extra wounds.
Oh, well, we worked out it was plus 8 damage.
Yeah.
The difference between the two of
You
you.
were adding the successes.
Oh,
as well.
right, okay. So, I don't know.
So yeah, you'd have one more,
Yeah,
And
you'll have
then
one back.
Took another couple.
and then this time it was.
7.
What did you get?
2 successes.
So that's 5, 13.
13.
There you go, 13.
Is
Done.
Gerhardt,
It's been a
is
while since we've
Gerhardt
done
really trying to
combat.
watch the film?
Yeah, I've got money on
Alan
this.
Menowife's like,
Long-
Gerhardt,
Yeah.
I need to talk to you. Come.
Those are big moments.
Yeah, one second.
On the second round, where is the crowd faring? Is anyone, you're clearly trying to engage. Gerhardt, is anybody
We're
who's not
both-
involved
I
in
mean,
this fight?
We're both very good
Yume
looking.
has actually,
Maybe
before
not
you
so
even
good
said
looking.
anything, remembered that there were people out looking for them and they should be being careful. So she's looking through the crowd to check that anyone's.
Okay, nice.
Are we right?
Are you doing anything? Oh, you really need a heal test. You're on 0 like
Yeah.
wounds.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right, do you want me to sort you out?
Yeah.
Well, 1 second. Once this fight's finished, I'll.
Try not
Well,
to
it'll be
bleed
between
out
the fights, so you get an
meanwhile.
opportunity to do it before that.
Oh, fine.
So,
All
yeah,
right.
do a
As you
quick
stagger
test.
over, then let's sort you out. Honestly.
How is the crowd?
Not great, but
You get me over any, I'll start praying and I'll be fine.
all right. So, it's intelligence bonus, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. 10 wins for you
Nice.
for my 1 success.
Nice. So no one's throwing in the lot. Let's see where the crowd lands in. They are going for birdie, which means you can't gain advantage, which doesn't really help at the moment because she has it anyway.
She's winning.
She is winning as they start calling out.
Oh!
Hellstein! Oh, was it crit?
Got crit.
Oh, there's nothing like getting the crowd going against you to fire
hold
them up.
on.
It's going to be a -1 for that? Or is that a fumble?
That's an
It's not
8
fumble,
and a
but
crit.
it's a fail. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're pulling blows, so we
Minus-
don't actually do a crit
Yeah.
gain.
No, 'cause I've got
But I'll
advantage.
let the crit allow you to gain advantage.
Yeah, but
even though crowds
96
against you.
there's always a fail.
Okay,
Alright,
because
so-
you got
Okay,
crit.
so
That's
I just
lovely.
get the original crit
So is it
and
just a
no
fail
roll
with 0?
extra successes.
No, you still get the extra
What's your-
Okay,
successes.
so 8
Okay.
and then no wound.
Yeah, so,
Oh, no,
so
so
it's
yeah.
8 plus whatever your
So it's
strength
a
is.
fail with 0.
So, and you got,
Cool,
so you won
14
by 8.
wounds.
So 14 wounds back in turn.
Minus. It's just toughness, isn't it? Because I'm not wearing.
Minus
my
your
armor.
toughness, that's correct.
Okay, so what was it? 15.
14.
14, so that'd be 9.
A solid blow in return. The crowd goes, ooh! Hellstein!
I
Yes.
can't-
I rolled 4 successes on perception.
Yeah, there doesn't appear to be anyone watching that you
You're
notice
kicking
anyway,
the
but
shit
there
out
are
of each
so
other.
many people in the crowd. It's no great surprise that you're
Yeah.
not spotting anything anyway. You are also quite short.
Could I try and find a vantage point?
The square is completely flat.
Yeah, but you're like super injured.
I'm alright now.
Are you alright now? Are you alright now?
I'm alright now.
Okay, fine. She
My
will
faith
climb
preserve
back.
me. I will do a little abiding faith check in a second.
She'll climb
Fighting
back
faith
onto.
Okay,
Wow,
round
yeah.
4.
Come on.
2 successes.
Oh, I'm going to fortune point that fail. And that's just 1 success.
Oh, you win by 1, adding your, was it 8?
I rolled 10
Okay, so
in
that's
every
9.
single
Yeah, you are.
successful.
Yeah, that's 9.
Yeah.
Minus your toughness.
Minus my toughness, cool. I'm still standing.
So at round 4, how many wounds do you both have each left?
I have 24.
Left.
I have 4.
Uh-oh. So let's see where the crowd is going. Is anyone particularly enthusing or doing anything else at this point?
Still
You're clearly
right
going
here,
up to
Bertie.
jump on there. You're just watching on with
I can
a
see
certain amount of
you.
You
I
can
didn't
do
hear
it.
No bell.
Yep, and
Kick his
the
little
good
head in.
Alan wife is.
She's looking at the nobles again because she's remembered that she's supposed to be like searching for a Wittgenstein.
Sounds good. Looking over all those nobles, do your self-perception test. And round 5.
Fuck me dice.
The crowd. I didn't roll. The crowd is still with Birdie.
9 successes.
Oh.
Yeah, 2 successes.
Oh, you are down.
Yeah.
As Birdie punch.
Ugh.
Elric collapses to the ground. Cheers go up.
Yay!
Hellstein! 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 Hellstein!
Subtle her.
Did you win?
Yeah.
Yeah, you bet against Elric. nicely
How
done.
much was the payoff on this one?
The payoff on that one was sadly 1-2. Yeah, they expected her to win because she's a giant Hellstein.
Fair enough.
The payoff on Elric was far higher.
But he lost.
So
Yeah.
Birdie will reach down, offer a hand to Elric.
He's not unconscious, is he?
Yeah, for the moment, yes, he
Yeah.
will be.
Yeah.
He's out. Pat, 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 pat. Do you have an endurance test?
I'm not punching him in the face.
No,
I'm
pat,
just,
pat, 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 pat.
Hold on.
He might be out.
Yeah. No, he's fine. 6 successes.
So it's enough to come about.
So she helps him to his feet, and then she just stalks off.
Well fought.
5 successes.
I got 5 as well.
She
I can
she
do
shrugs.
it again.
The very thing that you hate about her is what made her so good at that. So.
Bitch.
Stay on.
Oh yeah, I do stay
Yeah,
on, don't
yeah.
I?
Yeah, you stay on. The only one of the party who's staying on. Birdie
Can I
lumbering
get some
through.
quick healing though? Because I don't think it's going to be quite as easy for the next guy.
Anyone going to give her a bit of a helping hand?
Yeah, I mean, can they come
This
out
is
to
round
the,
5. What's your toughness bonus?
My toughness bonus 5.
You're still good for one more.
Can they?
She also has tenacious.
I do have tenacious.
Oh, good.
There's
How many points
effectively
in
round
tenacious?
3 of
Just
the
one.
fights.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, 1 in tenacious.
Okay, so moving into round 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're good.
No, we're moving into round 3
There's
now.
only 3.
That was
Yeah,
round
because
2.
we only had
Yeah,
one
we only
fight
had 2. Yeah,
before.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, so caught up in all the individual fights. Thanks.
Yeah.
Can I help? Can
yeah,
I
of
give
course
her a
you
little bit? Okay, right, let's have a look. Just do the old loader, and then okay,
The
cool.
iron on the face.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got this one bruise.
this a
It's
reaction.
very inconvenient.
Yeah. Let's rack it up. Bish bash bosh.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a crit. That's 55.
I feel amazing.
Plus another 3. So
It's not as good as vampire
What's
blood,
that?
but you know.
8 what's 8 plus 9?
17.
17 wounds back for you, please.
I think
Thanks.
that's yeah, I think yeah, totally. I think you're fine.
I think I
Yeah.
did like 6 wounds to her.
And you add your extra from being 110.
I mean, really, Elric's the one who needed that.
Oh
big
yeah,
roll, right?
plus, you're right. Plus one more
He's
for being
walking.
She's back
over
at
100.
full.
So yeah,
Yeah.
plus one more. Sorry. Yeah, doesn't mean anything. Still good.
I feel brilliant now. Though.
Great.
I'm like healed, but I'm like extra super healed.
Right, so can I please have an endurance test from you, please?
Oh yes. Oh baby, a triple. 3 successes.
Right, so as we move towards round 3, the fighting's going on. There's now only 8 left, Birdie being one of them, and at least 2 remaining that are called Ulrich.
Including one of the.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Sorry.
I'd like to see him lift
It's
me above
rigged!
his head.
And we've not seen the
Rick!
Grass champion fight, have we?
Pardon?
We've not seen the Grass champion fight already.
Oh no, he hasn't even come out. Apparently, he arrived at the beginning of the day, said some things, and then just
Buggered off.
buggered off.
You wanted to call. You trying to grab my attention. Sorry, I was a
I
little bit
think
engrossed.
I'm becoming too predictable. That raven's come back. It's really bad. What am I going to do? Do you think I'll need to kill it?
What? This, okay, I wasn't expecting an existential crisis, if I'm going to be completely honest. I thought it was going to be something minor.
I did tell you it was urgent.
No,
But you wanted to watch the fight.
yeah, I thought it was like I've lost something. I don't know, you could be quite, dramatic at points.
Could you not just ask it to go away?
We could do something really strange, if you like, at some point.
Can I have it?
Unlikely. Do you know what's really unlikely?
Eat
Putting
it.
yourself in danger.
I'm not going to kill it.
You literally just asked if you should kill it.
Did I?
Yes.
Surely keeping it would be more unpredictable.
Can I have it?
I don't know.
No, because then it's still here. isn't
We
it?
could do something strange.
Yeah, but I could train it.
I don't know, have you ever, No, if I even ask you, then it's going to be predictable because you're thinking about it. All right, we'll...
Elstein, you're up!
Oh, shit. Right, what are the odds?
The odds in her,
Yeah.
1 to 3.
As in her favour?
If you put on 3, you'll get 1.
Ah, that's shite.
Yeah.
So who
Okay.
am I up against?
Who's she
then?
going again?
She's going up against one of the Ulrichs.
Bit on the Ulrich. Do we know which Ulrich?
He's on 1 to 2.
Oh.
And it's not the Ulrich that beat
That's
Yume.
really
That
nice.
one's over on the other side.
Okay.
Hey, he beat Tsume, not Yume. Come on.
Oh, that's true. I
Wow.
apologise.
All right. There's no
We'll
the
get your name
potential
right.
gain here is not good
No.
enough for me to get involved with this now. Look, just
Do your best.
do your best. No cash in this one.
I don't really care about the money.
This man is quite squat, a 5'10", incredibly muscled man. As he looks up at you and says, "Me mother said I wasn't supposed to eat girls."
Well, we won't tell her then.
He says, "Ulrich said after everyone." He says, "So," he says, "no apologies."
What is he fighting? Is he fighting with fists or weapons?
Fists.
Fists. Am I allowed? Is it expected that I would fight with fists as well then? If...
You do whatever you want, love. You're going down.
Okay, I'm going to use my sword then.
Yeah, nice.
Sword.
It's called Barry Cool.
She won't let me use it. It's rubbish.
Birdie massacres.
You know,
Are you ready?
I'm going to have to go hand to hand, aren't I? It wouldn't be fair otherwise.
Just use
What's
some.
Rose
Birdie's
the sword
idea
down.
of fair though?
Yeah.
I'm sure
Well,
the
just
David
use
would
Yeah,
have
but
that.
she's trying.
No,
but she's
but-
trying to impress her family.
But more to that, she'll also hopefully get the crowd on her side,
That's
which
what
gives
I
her
mean.
advantage.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I mean, he doesn't get
Round one.
Always metagaming, Andy. Always metagaming.
One success.
4 successes. I win by
Yeah.
3 plus 12 damage.
12 minus 5. The maths. You're making me do maths.
I am indeed making you do maths.
You know I hate that.
Maybe I should get lots of comfort. Maybe later.
Second round.
Yeah.
What's it mean?
What? Missed by 1.
I win by 3, so that means I win by 4. So that's 13 wounds.
Ouch. Minus my 2.
That's unless the crowd is on her side.
Go. No, there's no one side yet. So I'm at the end of round 2.
8. Thank you.
Bam! Bam! As you're getting beat on quite a bit. Let's see where the crowd lies. With the Hellstein or with you? Is anyone cheering or not cheering?
Yeah,
along?
Hellstein! Hellstein! Hellstein!
Leadership
Thanks,
test
guys.
for any who are joining in.
Oh, this is what.
Oh, I think I might have put the crowd on his side.
I got 6 successes.
Nice, nice.
3.
Yeah, I fumbled.
I got 2.
It's not an 88 though, hopefully.
It's because I'm probably slurring.
Oh, Rick! Oh, Rick!
Yeah, you're so pissed off with her.
No, he genuinely cheered at Birdie. That's so bad.
Yay!
Dribble of blood.
Hellstein!
Oh, bless. Okay, round 3, and yes, the crowd is with me.
Oh.
That incredible leadership role.
Yes,
5
quite.
successes and a crit.
Oh, I have 3, 4, 5 successes as
That's
well.
10,
So
isn't
That's 1.
It's a 1.
Yeah.
So that is
6.
6.
you've got the crit, so you've got the win.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you say 6 successes in total?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you win by just 1, so do your damage.
So,
Plus you can take the advantage because you got the crit.
so that's
8.
plus
9.
8 plus 9.
9.
Which is plus 8-ish.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
9 points of damage.
9, thank you. Okay, here we go. Round 4. Oh dear!
Oh.
8 successes.
You got
That's
4.
crit.
It is crazy, yeah.
4.
18 successes.
I hate when he does
I
that.
thought I was doing very well with 8.
Yeah, for a total of 19 damage.
So that's 14. Oh, good, I've got 6 rounds
Um,
left.
and I have my advantage back. All right, next round.
Hellstein! 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 Hellstein!
Oh, no, not doing very well at all. I should have just set him with my
Going
sword.
down.
I totally am. So that's -2.
-2, I win by such a total of 18 damage.
I'm out.
Bang! Oh,
To be
crunch
fair,
down to the ground. Thud, thud.
This works out quite well because it shows I can take my lumps. It means I'm not wasting the rest of the day here. I've been seen.
I wanted to lose.
That's always my plan.
Basically.
No, but there are advantages to it because I'd have to turn up tomorrow if I kept winning, and that would be put a crimp on our plans. So
Are we not
Actually-
definitely
I'm
coming
coming
back to
back
compete
tomorrow.
tomorrow?
fine. Yeah, okay.
There's money to be made.
I don't want to be the graphs champion. No sex for a year. God.
Maybe the rules are different for ladies.
Yeah, who knows?
Well,
As
maybe they're like the rules for Ulrich priests, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
as he looks down at you and goes like this. looks sort of. Oh no!
I put my.
Oh no!
I'm
You're
out,
unconscious.
I'm unconscious, so.
I do. Oh no! Hey! Crowd are sadly with her.
Still just like, the doctor still hasn't healed me. Oh no. Have you rolled to heal me? Then no, you haven't fucking healed me.
You critted her.
Oh, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, you healed
Right,
me from
okay, come on,
24
what's
to
wrong with you?
35
I
and
can't,
dropped
I
him, he was
can't.
on 0.
Could you just shut? Look, why are you making such a ridiculous noise? Oh,
Oh,
really
you might
hurt,
need to
aren't you?
reset his jaw slightly. It looks like it might be dislocated.
Okay, all right, let's sort that out. Here we go.
Oh,
Crit. Now there we go. Crit.
Just that one again.
Crack!
Yeah, 10, so 19 wounds back for you. Well done.
Oh, holy moly. Nice.
20, sorry, 20 wounds back for you.
Now it's Birdie's go. Poor old Birdie.
Rubber.
that's a pencil.
That's a rubber on the
As
back.
the Elrican goes off,
Yeah.
hands up. Let me just check who's won in the other ones.
Blow my mind.
You never told us what the results were of our perception.
Most mechanical
Yeah, you
pencils
saw
are
nothing.
on
That's why. Okay.
Wow.
That leaves only 4 left.
Too bad.
Now the question is, are you continuing on to watch through to the end, or are you, now that you have been roundly defeated, deciding to slip on?
What kind of time is it?
You're coming up to midday.
Right.
I mean, the bouts are pretty quick. Yeah, and we've had time to heal in between, but still, the bouts are pretty fast.
Is the Great Park far
No, it's not. It's just literally down the road from where
away?
you
They're
are just
having
now.
a fine ale festival. You can get a drink.
And that's where we're meant to be going. That's where we're meeting Lils at 2.
Yeah.
I
so
thought we were going to
We've got time.
We're going to the Royal Gardens.
we're going to the Royal Gardens at 2.
Is that,
Not
is
the
that what
Great
you were
Park.
talking about?
No, that's the Great Park.
Great, Great Park. Sorry,
Great Park's
pardon me.
further
I
away
also
from-
heard Royal Gardens.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Yeah, both of us
Same
partly
vibe.
went
It's
mad.
just I guess
Go down
we
south,
can go to
Great Park.
I mean, what's on right now in the Conning lads? The Conning. Garden.
Nothing.
Yume, can you do a charm test, please?
What's the Royal Gardens? There's nothing on. Yeah.
Is it with an I
Hey!
crit.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever it is, she's done
Um,
very well at it.
8 successes.
Nice.
If it's with an animal, +1.
That's interesting.
Oh,
That is
Oh.
interesting.
Oh, no.
It's been spotted.
Is it
Love
a
it.
giant fox by any chance?
it's tiny
Might take the
beetles.
crowd.
So,
The mask
what
on.
is our plan? As we sit there and we gather together, and you get the occasional clap in the back, everyone that gets involved is generally perceived to have done really well.
Gold clasped.
To Gerhard and Alana, did you see anyone? Was there any?
What?
No Dagmar.
No.
Oh no, I
couldn't
was
see.
That
was the point of us putting the show
I
on.
watched. I couldn't see anyone of import or note.
No, the problem was the opposite. You
What?
could see far too
Yeah,
many.
I could see too many people. I didn't know which one might be him.
She could not see the trees for the woods.
Yes.
Even with knowing what he looks like?
Yes, but he can change his face.
I guess.
I
Nobody
didn't
looked
see
like-
anyone who looked like him.
Yes.
And I
And there were lots of charming men up there, by the look of it. They all look human.
Maybe some of us should go get charmed by them.
Well, if we can get in.
What is your
I'm doing my best.
what does your
Well,
what do you
maybe
think you should
we
do?
could. Have
What do
I
you
got like
What
a
do you
couple
think
of
you should
like nice black eye just to make me look like I've been properly?
Yeah, you probably you had a good show. I'm sure if you went near there, you'd
Maybe
get some sort
someone-
of charm.
Yeah.
Could look at the charming nobles who's better at distinguishing between their pug faces.
Yeah, well, that was lot.
All right.
On the pub face
Unnecessarily
comment-
rude.
Okay, so
Alabama.
everybody who was taken out, can I please have an endurance test?
No, because I'd
Wait.
done one. Did Tenacious kick in?
No,
crit.
this is for a
Oh, this is
slightly different
separate.
thing.
My
Was
take,
that crit?
Crit. Yeah.
3 successes.
I'm a total of 6
I wasn't
successes.
taken. I was thrown out.
You were thrown out. You're fine.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
unconscious.
3.
Is this in easy? Like not easy, but are we chill?
Not particularly. No, it's just a standard test.
No, one fail.
One fail. You have a big welling bruise.
Yeah.
And
The
another
crit
one there.
heal wouldn't have done anything to help with that.
It's definitely going to be a big bruise. It's not affecting you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the whole jaw getting slightly dislocated there. Oh, it's
Wait.
right over your face.
You can put
Wait.
some ale on it. Like, if you hold
I've
the
got an
cold
idea.
ale on it, maybe it'll help.
I got an idea.
What?
Doesn't Lady Wittgenstein have a really slow heartbeat?
She does, doesn't she?
Yes.
Maybe her grandfather does too. You should listen.
Well, I mean, the first guy was
No
fine.
chance here.
Quite
Crowds cheering, folks doing things. If you could get
He
them
has magic
individually,
ears.
yeah. If you could get them
I mean, if you
individually,
could get
yeah.
me, like closer to him and without so
Well,
much
we
background
need to
noise.
get closer then. Rolani!
Maybe this environment is not the right one for it.
Do yourself
My friend is there.
charm test, please. My friend.
No,
6
really
successes.
want to go closer to her. But
Rolani is Rolani, who just perks up immediately, waves again.
Someone said my name.
This thing where I have no idea who she is, but I'll just wait.
Eyes widen and leans back a little bit and goes, and then hops up in his chair, bounces out, and then darts down the back of the royal box.
What does that mean?
do we trust this elf?
No.
Okay.
Right.
Fine.
He is
Wait.
as flighty as.
Give me that gun.
This isn't a trap
No.
that we're trying. Okay, you've not been talking. You've not made an agreement while we were fighting.
No,
No,
it's,
but we should be doing more of that because.
I just-
No.
No.
If he can get us in amongst the people, then
The tops.
that's.
Rolani pushes his way through the guards at the opposite side at the base of the royal box and pushes through and just hops across the middle of the centre of the big fighting circle, pops over towards the ropes where you're sitting behind and goes, "Aye, what can I do for you?"
Oh, hello. We were thinking that maybe we could come into the royal box to meet people.
I know.
No?
No, that's not how it works. I'm sorry to say.
Right.
You need an invitation from from her,
Oh, from
which
the
I don't
princess.
think that you have.
No.
I'll ask. He turns around and he skips across.
We all did very well in the
Drop,
fighting.
but your name might.
Well,
Too late.
Well, no, it would have been announced as a fight.
yeah,
So.
so it was fine.
Rolani's head pops up at the back of the royal box, makes his way over, makes his way around the old woman, sits down in his chair, turns round to her, and then says a few things. She
It's looking good.
We'll put on our most charming faces.
Look charming, everyone.
Black eye.
Our awkwardly.
I would like to have charm test for everyone. If you
Oh,
are
I'm attractive.
presenting as male, reverse successes.
Right. Okay.
So if you succeed, you have to reverse it, and if it's a worse success, that
Slightly
applies.
androgynous.
So, 2, 4.
What am I
successes.
presenting as?
You're an elf. You're
Whatever
fine.
you want to.
Pesky elves.
So we did the lower
one
of the two.
success, even
Yes,
reversed.
One success, excellent.
Yeah.
3, nice.
4.
5.
Plus one,
Five,
if you
nice.
find him attractive, right? So no.
A fail.
20.
just no.
Just whatever it is.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
6, 7,
Really?
8.
Plus 1
Well,
if animal.
Conversely, that might make her more likely to invite him in. Up here.
4, nice.
9 and a crit.
Ooh!
This is where the elf bullshit works for us. Nice one.
It's my face paint.
Yes. Makes you look particularly alluring.
As the elderly woman looks out, and she leans over to the princess, who leans back, says something, and the princess looks out over the crowd and then says something. Points over towards you as Rolana points. You're really easy to see.
We really, really are.
You people are pretty distinctive.
Am I still on your shoulder?
Probably.
As she looks over at the group, and she goes,
Knitting woman's such a buzzkill. Harshing everyone's mellow.
As the older woman goes, and she goes,
Apologies for anyone listening to this on audio.
Yes.
They're talking to each other.
Andy is having a mime conversation amongst 3 people.
exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
One of them is very grumpy.
Rolani
You're
leans in
watching
and
Rat.
goes,
It's looking good.
You know, if she invites
and then
us,
he hops back and bounces down.
you know, if she invites us, we should say no.
What?
Well, you've said you're becoming too predictable. It's weird. Why would you ask for an invitation and not go? That's
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 not the
unpredictable.
kind of unpredictable we need to be. Getting in there is unpredictable.
And then
She's the
challenge her to a
princess.
duel.
Well, no, that's
Yeah.
just.
Oh,
I
yeah.
understand.
It's just that is low.
It's not maths. It's
We're not trying to
Different.
be random for the sake of
No, it's
random.
low chance. But why would you ask to be
Odds are
invited
sport.
and then say no?
Rolani comes over and bows down and says, the Princess of Middenheim offers a short but cordial invitation, he says, to Lady Elemenaway.
go get her time.
Right.
Could we escort her to the guards? And then she can pass forward?
Aye. He says, I think you probably could. He says,
Good thinking.
come on over. He says, well, that was a bit of an argument if you don't. And then he sort of switches over to L3. Oh, such a bore, that woman. I'd stab her if I wouldn't get killed for it. Says, I think I might actually hate her.
What, the one with the knitting needle?
Yes,
Oh, sorry. The one with the knitting needle.
yes,
Right.
exactly.
Who
Yeah.
is she anyway?
The royal cock blocker. He says in L3 as he makes his way over and comes up to the guards. What are you lot doing?
Milling.
Well,
Well,
we're
I think we were
having a good
accompanying her
look.
to the guards. and
Yeah.
then- yeah, we're not
Trying to
obviously
get
trying
as close
to.
as
trying to think of
possible to
something
see.
unpredictable.
Okay, perception test from everybody else as you are led through the back and up towards
What time?
the royal box.
Perfect.
Wait, what?
Oh, that was so close to a crit. Just one success.
5
Perception.
successes.
5.
3/4 is hero.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. Fine. 5 successes.
So,
Just.
all you 4 are very well received by the guards that are sitting at the base here, 2 of whom are Knights Panther, because you have all stuck in today and you gave it a go. Gerhardt is ignored completely. They just don't even view him as existing.
Do you know what? Ideal in this situation.
I
Quite.
wanted to lose.
Yeah. I didn't want to be seen anyway. What I will do then, in this case, well, if we're closer now.
Oh yeah, you're sitting at the base by the guards, up right by the high stand where all the nobles are gathered.
Can you see their shoes?
You can see many of their shoes, yes.
Right. Evaluate. So what I'm looking for here specifically,
I'm loving this. Let's see where it goes. Yes.
knowing that there's a little, I'm somewhat fashion au fait at points,
Mhm.
and the expense that goes into a shoe over time.
The expense that goes into a shoe, yes.
I'm looking for
Mhm.
a very expensive shoe that harks back to, let's say, how old do we think
I mean,
the grandfather is?
I don't want to be the buzzkill, but this is sounding
Shut
like
up,
a
shut-
lower fashion
Nope.
role. I'm only saying what he's going to say.
You mean the arts?
The-
I've got that too.
You got that?
How many advances?
So many. 5?
Sadly, very few. Very few.
You,
He's
like
such a
me,
poser,
having
isn't he?
Will's regret.
But I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. So I've got one which
I'm loving it. Or the arts roll.
Fuck. Well.
Well, that's definitely a fail.
Well. Is it?
Yeah.
Is that
Oh,
auto?
Yeah,
seven
seven's
is
automatically
auto,
fail.
Oh, okay. I'll fortune point that.
So you're just aware of their
Lovely stuff.
shoes.
8 successes.
1. No,
One, so
zero.
So zero success
Zero successes.
for that shoe.
Yeah, quite the zero. As you're looking around for potentially the old shoe.
But whilst it's still being expensive and fancy.
Well, of course.
yeah.
The old expensive shoe.
Surprisingly well maintained for its age.
Yeah, exactly.
The old expensive, surprisingly well maintained shoe.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So I get evaluate as part of it.
Good try. Alaminoway, you are taken up.
What am I going to say? What am I going to say?
Well,
What am I gonna say?
that's what a lot of people think when they're confronted with royalty.
Yeah.
As
It's an honour to meet you, Your Majesty, Your Highness.
As a
Royal
hanging
Highness.
of
Royal
violence.
Highness.
she is of royal blood, so yes, Royal Highness, electric counts. As you're taken up, and Rolana says, right, low, quiet. Just remember, she's your Royal Highness. Says, and, didn't turn your back to her.
Right.
She's also, she's not necessarily quick on the uptake,
Oh. Right.
but she's the sweetest, all right?
Right.
So you don't be doing anything to upset her,
Oh, of course not.
because if you did, he says you're going to upset a lot of people out there.
Right.
And I'm not saying you'll survive the night if you do upset her. She's prone to crying sometimes.
Right.
No pressure.
See if you can get us
And,
invited to a
and
party.
while you're at it, be unpredictable.
Yeah, see if you can get us invited to a party.
So while he's scanning for shoes, and you're all being congratulated for your significant successes in some cases, is there anything else that everyone else is doing?
Well, I think realistically, I'm not going to be able to listen out for heartbeats. So this many people around. So I think I'll just gossip with the knights in terms
Sounds
of
good.
So
what's going on with the champion and whatnot.
I'm keeping an eye out because I'm also very conscious that
Mhm.
under everybody's feet there is a whole other world here that I'm kind of keen to avoid. So I just want to keep an eye out to see if there's anybody. I probably wouldn't. I might recognise them, but any sign of
Chances of the sign in an open, empty square is exceedingly low, but there might be.
yeah,
Yeah, there might be.
escaping signs or
All right.
something.
That sounds good. Alaminoway.
You
You're
can do
right at the
this.
top, and Rolana
Every time you turn around, we're all like,
says, Stefan. And a young man comes forward and says, hello, what's your title?
I'm Mistress Alaminoway.
Mistress. Could you say that again, please?
Mistress.
No. Your name.
Oh. Alaminoway.
Mistress it's Alaminoway. Alaminoway. Right.
Name's Arnold.
All right. He says, he steps forward. There is a guest for Her Royal Highness, Mistress Alaminoway. And the Knight's Panther. You can clearly hear him say, Royal Highness, there's enough here to see you. As she says, yes, I know. Send her through. She can come through. You may proceed after me. Anna says, here we go, right in there. In L3. Go
Do
on.
I bow or curtsy?
Given what you're wearing, I wouldn't curtsy.
Right.
Maybe bow? Danny, they're very,
Right.
As you step forward. Huh. Well, you're not entirely sure. You think you might have spotted one.
Shoes!
Golden shoes with curly tips on the end. They're proper old-fashioned, right? And you think it might be some sort of wave stitch down the sides. Interesting. Yes. You've seen people wear that before. They were considered to be deeply unfashionable. Definitely, that's the one. Look up. Maybe it's no. Maybe it is. She is very big.
Looking at the little picture thing frame.
She is very big.
She.
There could be facial
You can
similarities.
still do things.
Yeah, she.
Nope.
She.
Put that down.
It's fair to say they don't look the same.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
She does, however, have a magnificent hat.
Hmm.
Maybe it's a magic hat.
I'm just a bit jealous of the hat now. So again,
How much is it worth?
how much is the hat worth?
Evaluate.
Yeah, so one success plus an
You
extra one
guess
for
that hat's
superhumour.
probably worth somewhere in the region of about 10 to 12 crowns.
Oh, really miss nice hats.
All he's done is upset himself. Sitting there, shoes, hat.
Speaking of nice hats, I don't suppose Torlick Helm is around here.
Nope,
No.
not at all.
I have no idea what your heart's
And there she is. As you are shuffled past by the Knight's Panther, who says, stand there. And you find yourself standing to the side of Her Royal Highness, Katerina of House Toddbringer. She is so young up close. You didn't realize how young she was at a distance. But up here, yeah, she's properly young. Her face is flawless. She has the beauty of youth. And a certain plumpness of youth as well. She looks you up and down with her blue eyes and says, yes, what is it that you want?
Your Royal Highness, thank you for greeting such a simple country elf.
What is it that you do? She says,
Shit, what do I do?
You're a minstrel.
I'm a minstrel of little renown and a wanderer, a vagabond.
and what is it that you play?
The flute.
Marvellous. I should like to hear her play.
I'm so bad.
You're going to play so badly, she's going to cry and you're
As
going
to
to die.
play with Rolani. As
You
to
only
do
play
it.
with your lute
No,
accompanist.
Yes, you need your lute accompanist.
Let's
No, but the Rolani, not this.
no.
It's experimental.
Oh God.
Sergeant, could you please have her announced for the crowd?
Oh no!
No!
Yes. Sergeant says, says, excuse me, Harold. He says, you'll be announcing the elf to the crowd. She's going to be playing something. Rolani looks like this.
Oh, Rolani's gonna be so disappointed.
You can do it.
So,
Just play hot cross buns at the beginning.
It'll be fine.
That video of the guy.
Yeah.
alrighty, let's see how it goes. Right, so how many advances do you have in good old play?
Five.
5 whole advances.
5
So let's put this into context. If you go for approximately half a dozen lessons, you have approximately 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 advances in your skill. She is about as close to a neophyte player here as you
I
can
would be
get.
better to sing.
You may very well be.
Elves can do both, right? They can do the.
Sadly, she is not trained for it. They can be trained though,
Yeah.
absolutely. So what's her plan going to be?
I have one advance to play with.
As she has found herself somehow walking into the centre past all your friends who are looking on going, away you go, impress Her Royal Highness.
In some way.
This is unpredictable.
Blessing of good times.
I mean, I think the only blessing we could do would be like I could do a miracle that made me glow, and that might be enough of a distraction that they might forget that she's supposed to play.
Right, so she's
Claim that her
making her
plane
way out
has
into the
illusions.
centre. How is she going to approach
Just
this?
healed me, I can see.
Knowing that all eyes are on you.
You don't know.
Just
Well, she's gonna have to play the flute. Like, what else can she do?
Yeah, roll the dice.
You could crit.
Can she play it in an unpredictable way?
There's always a way. Always a way.
12 tone.
I suppose she could sing and play the flute. Like
What's
she
her
could
sing?
sing first. Well,
Yeah.
she doesn't have sing,
But it is a
See-
basic skill.
Yeah.
but she automatically passes with 2 successes
Because
of her
she's got perfect pitch.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
So you could just use the flute as punctuation rather than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so you could use the flute to tune yourself in.
Yeah.
That's all of her skills.
Because she didn't say. She said, "What do you play?" And she said the flute, but she didn't say. She didn't also
What
sing.
else do you?
Yeah, exactly.
So first,
Multi-instrumentalist.
do yourself a play flute test to tune yourself in.
5 successes.
Nice.
0.
No, 1 because I got 1 boon for fast hands.
Ooh!
So prog rock flute.
Yeah.
Okay, here
I
comes
do it
your.
like in a really slutty way and do perform bodily.
That is
very different way to play the flute. And unexpected.
Unpredictable.
that would be one hell of a performance.
I mean, I did say to her. I did
This
say
one
to
time
her.
in Middenheim.
I did say to her I was a simple country elf.
Come on.
Very good.
So I would like to hear your plan, please, before you do a particular
Do
test.
it.
What's
Do
your plan?
Don't do
Plan,
that.
please.
She's just gonna
Somehow
sing.
pole dance.
She's gonna sing.
But she's gonna sing a song that's like flirtation, like plays on that country elf thing. Like-
plays on that country elf thing.
You know,
What do you
like
mean
a
by this?
tarantella style.
Yeah.
No, like
Yeah.
the song that's like kind of a cheeky song.
Oh.
I know the one I
Crowd
mean.
pleaser.
Are you gonna try? Are you gonna try
We're
and do
cheeky
one that's
girls.
got a call and response and the crowd join in the
Yeah,
choruses?
maybe.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because that might help,
Yeah.
Sing test, please.
And we will.
and we'll join in.
Yeah.
2 successes.
That might not help though.
2 successes.
I'll
That
spend
was
a fortune point to get a third.
I'm all right.
Because you get your natural +2 from
That's my fault.
singing, right?
That includes the natural.
So at least
My
she is in
dubstep.
tune.
Good.
As Alamenowithe, cool test as well, please.
Can you look at her? I mean, she can't see her mom's face, but like the rest of her body language, right?
She's not moving.
Yeah, but she might like have an involuntary twitch when.
You're looking
No
for
movement.
bits.
I think she's got like an
And I'm just
exoskeleton
going
under
to
that
try and look as
veil.
beautiful as
There, it's just
possible.
the doll.
Because I've got attractive form.
Attractive 4 does
and
help.
graceful.
You should dance as well.
Right, so
It's not for that. It's not my specialist.
it's not, is it? Alamenowithe does her best.
No.
She has certain qualities that most certainly shine through. She has a pretty face. And she has a certain, let's say, grace to her movement as she bodily makes her way through a song that is perhaps inappropriate for a royal
Oh.
ear.
Like,
But did
happy
the crowd-
birthday, Mr. President.
The crowd
Or was it
kind of loves this shit, though,
Mm.
because this
Yeah.
is very much the sort of thing that a good
It's not like body. It's just a little bit
Yes,
cheeky.
quite.
Like a cheeky about a cheeky
A bit
country
saucy.
lad. A bit about a cheeky country
It's a
lad.
saucy song, yeah,
Yeah.
totally. A saucy
Yeah.
song from the the Shan
Saucy.
Tress.
Yeah.
You made it look like a person of the people there.
Yeah.
Please don't cry.
We are so.
The knitting lady stabs.
As it all comes quiet at the end. The initial applause "Way!" dies down quite quickly because there has been no response from Her Royal Highness. And it quite quickly turns into everybody going, "Oh, what's our response going to be?" Because the response hasn't come yet. Oh. And the response is going to rely upon this test right now. Just how pretty are you?
Shalom up. So is
She's
it a
not talented,
charm
but
test?
she's a looker.
A charm test.
Yes, charm test, please.
Go on.
Oh, that's an automatic fail. Spend a fortune point.
Fortune point! How well is it?
That is not. That is a fumble.
Oh,
my
all really unexpected.
Unless.
Yeah.
Unless.
Alamino
Unless-
fumbling a charm test is unexpected.
Yes.
um,
If you're going to ask,
hang on. No, hang on. If she's attracted to me, then I can take no fewer successes than my attractiveness.
But a fumble's still a fumble.
Yeah, but if I'd known that, I wouldn't have taken the...
Yeah, it's a shame.
It's an 88.
You blew the princess up with magic.
Oh, if the princess blows up, I think we're all dead.
You know her.
You could take a
I'm
corruption
going to
point
take
for
a
a reroll.
corruption point to reroll it.
You could take
I'm
a
doing
corruption
it.
point.
I'm doing it. 4 successes.
And have you added on any
Yes.
extra successes?
Oh no, 2 plus 4, 6 successes.
6 successes.
It's gone.
Actually, pretty decent in the
So
end.
pretty.
No worries.
I'll just mark that corruption.
Alamenowith sits there,
Batting your eyelashes.
Leaning.
quite the opposite. Actually looking slightly terrified. As
Maybe she's
Her
into
Royal
that.
Highness looks down. Alamenowith takes a deep breath. And then for a brief moment, can see. Can see from above. The crow up there is not alone. There's 2 of them. A smaller one and a bigger one. For the next 9 days, your talent that hides everyone stops working.
Oh,
Holy guacamole, Batman. That's not good.
What's the point of her?
Yeah, I mean, that's literally
God,
your
you literally
purpose.
have one job.
Yeah, don't tell her that though, she'll cry.
Uh-oh. Alamenowith, completely oblivious to this, looks up and then uncomfortably smiles as Her Royal Highness, Katerina of House Tallbringer. And suddenly everyone makes it! At this point, I would like you to do an endurance test.
Like all the spell.
fine, success.
How many?
Oh, you had to ask that, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
It's 1.
Why you're looking at the
character. I can make it 2 if I want though, but that's probably not going to be any different, is it?
That's good.
It's better than one.
It's okay. No, it's fine.
Okay.
That's good.
A demon burst from your chest.
Is it though?
Well, that's a fair question. The crowd erupts in a great swathe of sound. Yeah, it's really actually.
I mean, to be
super
fair,
loud.
he's got Yumi on his shoulder, so that's
Yeah,
probably
that
deadening
helps.
some of it. a
Hey,
little bit.
thigh him.
Yeah, push her in the thighs.
No.
For good reason, you may.
Jiro would not approve.
Good.
Yeah,
let's
in
do
fact,
it.
this is right in front of your mum as well.
As the princess turns and says something to the older woman, who nods once. Meanwhile, Gerhardt is about halfway across the square being dragged unconscious.
Oh no.
We had one job.
How did none of us notice?
It's that big, huge her.
Yeah.
Ah, ha,
No
ah.
for trouble or 6 for sense. Give either
Yeah.
of us.
It does not.
Yeah, because I've got no trouble there as well.
Was not targeting you in the slightest. It was targeting him.
Right, well, we are.
You haven't noticed.
Oh, we haven't noticed.
You
yet.
haven't noticed yet. He hasn't either. He's unconscious.
But I've achieved my short-term ambition
Which was?
to meet Princess Katerina. I did it!
Yay! Good for you.
I am going to do a little strength test for the people who are dragging you. Nicely done. Go on, this way. Go, yank, pull, yank. It's at this moment that as it all begins to die down, I will give you all a reverse successes perception test.
Okay.
Not Alamenowith. She's far too caught up
No.
with the pretty little
Does hearing
princess in
help?
front of her. Hearing does help.
5
You-
successes.
Sweet.
That's,
Sweet.
that's a fumble.
Yeah.
Whoa,
it would have
nice.
been, 8 if it wasn't reversed.
Well, I rolled 100, so I
Didn't
Look
roll.
over there.
Let me go.
How do you do?
No fail.
Fail. And how did you two do? Just again, just catch successes?
1 and
One.
5.
And 5. It's the father who notices it first. As he listens and listens and suddenly realizes Gerhardt's not there. Gerhardt's not there. Gerhardt's not there. And he twists round and wallops Birdie in the face with his elbow. Not even like wallop.
And you guys like, wow, because
Okay.
It's taller than
As he spins round,
Yeah.
smack, blood, splash.
Thanks, Father.
That is a critical to the face, +1. Okay.
Oh.
Her fumble. Is that your unfortunate achievement? She was the one who did this. Huh? She's kind of like wallop straight into your
You
face.
headbutted my face, and I've probably got my armor back on again now.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
So,
Put yourself
yeah.
together and yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, blood everywhere. Nice one. As yank, pull,
Can I
yank.
attempt to locate him?
You're in the middle of a crowd that's making too much noise. You won't be able to locate him
You
easily.
now that I
You
got
may.
turned around,
Find
Yes.
Gerhardt.
can I try again to look for him?
So what's your plan? I mean, you've got yourself an enormous crowd.
But she's up on my
Oh,
shoulder.
she is up on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's my
I
point.
forgot.
You may
Good
find
point.
Gerhardt.
Midlanders, bit too tall for you to see over easily, but you're above. Do yourself a perception test.
Yay.
Love it.
We form a human pyramid.
That's 4 successes. I'll use a fortune point up it to 5.
Yeah, there he is. And it's one of those moments. It's one of those moments where you can't help but go, "Oh, Gerhardt." He has himself people carrying him, 2 at the back, holding him on one side, 2 at the front, holding his legs. They're going along, and they keep him bumping him down onto his bum. They're not necessarily the most competent of people.
So is that.
Over at the far side, you can see a cowled figure who's doing this.
Is it?
You got 5 successes.
Yes.
Those fingers are
Uh-huh.
fused.
How far away are they?
Pardon?
How far away are they?
They are around about 50, 60 yards, meters away. They're
So I
quite
can
some distance.
But I could shoot them.
And if you want to pull your bow out and give it a go, you can
Yeah.
definitely.
How far is she?
Yeah,
Princess.
Pardon? She's right the way over at the other side of the
Into a
square.
big crowd. That might not be a good idea.
It just
Yeah, but they don't
Don't
make
worry.
everyone look at them and
I'm
go,
channeling
my
action.
friend got
It's fine.
kidnapped.
Fireball.
Fireball. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll work.
Targeted fireball.
join your bow.
Yeah, could I
Love
also,
it.
as she's shooting,
So from the Liverpool platform.
yes, from
What's
the
happening?
Out it comes.
as she takes it out, she goes, my friend's being kidnapped. Like, really loud, next to the fucking guards. Hopefully that'll
That's
help.
what you'll hear from behind you. My friend's being kidnapped.
Can we see
Can you
which way
give us
she's pointing?
directions?
Yeah, so we can.
Well, I'm shooting at them.
Arrow is a good
Pull
one.
the arrow.
That's one. I've got 40 points, 2 successes.
2 successes. An arrow arcs across the square.
He's unconscious already. He won't know.
And it gets caught up in the clothes of one of them and sort of tangles in there and sticks out half from in the front as he drops Gerhardt sadly on the head as thunk because he was at the front thunk as the other one goes, "But now what are you doing?" "I've just been shot," says the other one as they turn around to look over at the crowd and you.
As soon as she says my friend's been kidnapped and she's pointing in that direction, Alan and wife will run in the direction.
So you're
of the arrow
sprinting in
to
that
try to
direction?
get her.
Okay, what are you doing, Birdie?
If I can see where she's going.
Oh no, you're dealing with your fumble.
Okay, I'm bleeding. That's what I'm doing.
Perfect. Gerhardt, you are? Yes.
Unconscious.
Elric.
Following the elf.
Okay, so you're going to push through in that one. Now I want a strength test from you, please. Might be easier pushing through.
Charge!
Wait.
You're
Can I
quicker.
potentially do something that might help?
Yeah.
I was going to yell out, make way, to try and clear a
Make
path for
way,
them.
leadership test, please.
And Elric won't be shy of
You should teach
barging
your
into the
voice.
back of Elemena White.
Sounds good. Do yourself a strength test as well, please.
There we go.
How do you
3
do?
successes.
No successes.
Well, I've got an
Ooh,
elf.
fortune point that 99.
Oh,
I'm
a
not
lot of
rolling well
fumbles this
tonight.
evening.
0 successes.
But that's push. As, he's basically using you like a battering ram as he pushes you through the crowd. Push. And how did you do? 3 successes. Good. Some of them will part. That means you'll get through a little bit faster. As you're up and you can pull out another shot if you want.
Yeah, why not?
Okay,
I've not moved to give you a stable
Yeah.
platform. So,
you guys go for it. Stable platform it is.
Ooh,
You've got advantage. 'Cause you hit
have
last
I
time.
got advantage?
It wasn't a
You hit
contested.
last time.
Oh,
Was it
Oh,
contested?
No, go did wounds.
you didn't win.
If you do wounds.
Oh, right. Oh.
Nice.
That's how ranged can.
Yeah.
Yeah, in which case 6 successes.
Oh,
Nice.
nice! As
She's got her eye
ping!
out now.
Another arrow arcs across. As they're looking, sees the arrow. One just dives to the side, dropping Gerhardt again. The
Bruises are okay.
yeah, it's fine. As the other one, who sadly has now had his friend dive out of the way in front of him, goes, "Whoa, thunk!" Ah! He says. Yeah, they don't have time. So, she. What's your willpower?
60 something.
60 something, so that's 60. In range. So you just pushed through to
63.
there. You just pushed through, which means you're just in range, which means you can attempt to dispel if you wish.
Mine is
Because-
60.
You can attempt to dispel as well if you wish, actually. Because you're both as she who's at the back casts a spell.
Oh,
Fucking hell. I have no advantage from doing the strength. That wasn't
No.
opposed.
6 successes.
6. Nice.
I can't add anything to it. I fail.
Not nice enough.
oh.
Because she's quite a good sorceress.
Well,
Over on the far side, what is quite clearly the witch casts her spell and then throws out her hand, and a coiling, twisting black tentacle wrapped through with pink and yellow lashes out and wraps around his ankle.
Okay.
Let's see if it's successful enough to pull it, though.
Now,
Yes,
it
quite.
has been mentioned
Sig
recently
Feder has been saying how
that
chubby you are.
Gerhardt is slightly on the porkier side at the moment.
As it pulls, and he drags across some 10 meters of space with his
On
head
my
goes
face.
tonk, 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 across the cobbles. As she pulls, screams, and then lets it go and uses her move to dive away,
Yeah.
realizing that the spell hasn't been strong enough.
That was quite a scream. Was that like a real person scream or like a?
I mean, it was like one.
Was it vaguely ratty?
Yeah, that's more my.
No.
Okay.
Definitely wasn't quickish. As the 4 who are there, 2 of whom have got arrows either in them or sort of tangled up with them, seeing her run, decide that might be the best choice as they turn around and they start hiking it back towards the alleyways at the side of the square, which brings them to the point when, boom, you've broken through from the crowd, you two. And you can clearly see as they're making their way off, and Birdie, you're now in action. Sore, but in action.
Okay, I will follow after them.
because Birdie was still here, she'll tell her purple cowl, fused hand.
Okay.
Right, so
Go
drop the
ahead.
initiative. What's your plan?
Well, did we see where the person went? Or-
Yeah, you'll have caught it. You'll have seen them break through at the far end.
And-
They
and
are
they-
quite some distance
Yeah.
away. They're about 60 yards
For all
away
the
from
and
where
then
you
we'll
are.
I'll go to Gerhardt and recover him.
Go for Gerhardt and recover him.
You're faster.
I am fast, but
I'll
No, I'm
sprint
gonna
as
go
fast
for
as- 'cause my
Gerhardt.
You
legs
go for
are-
Gerhardt.
Very
Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Padding all the way across there.
she doesn't know her things. Not like she doesn't want to leave
Nope.
Gerhardt's side.
Nope, absolutely. Woof, woof, woof,
Very
woof.
predictable.
And yes, she is faster. She lopes ahead and reaches over to where Gerhardt is. He's bleeding badly in the back of his head. He's lost some of his hair there.
No.
That's the biggest
the
loss.
bottom of his tights are completely gone. His leg is bare there, and it's gone all pale,
Oh dear.
where it wrapped round and grabbed.
That's not good.
At least it's
Pull her dagger
carved
out.
on
Stand
the
over
wall.
until Elric gets here.
Hey, Birdie, you break through the back of the crowd, and that's what you see ahead of you from your vantage point. Yep, they're now gone.
Father, he's hurt.
Okay. there wasn't a chance for me to try
Yeah,
shoot
you could
again.
probably get one more shot out. Go for it.
Yeah.
You get a crit. That would be awesome.
That would be
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah. We just need one person to do.
Oh,
No.
so close.
45. But that's 4 successes.
That's still a good shot. Okay, 45 into the body at the back. Not enough to stop them though, as they'll dart down the side alley and away. Gerhardt has not been kidnapped.
Huzzah!
Well done.
Huzzah!
If you hadn't noticed, we're terrible, terrible friends.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
Shouldn't have passed out.
Who knows? Busy looking at shoes.
Do yourself a heal test, please. Your attempt to bring him round, do the thing. Not necessarily
unless
your
you,
stress.
unless you want me to.
Oh, you're miles away, so.
Yeah.
But she'd literally just be like, Gerhardt's hurt, and so I was coming.
1 success.
That's
In
enough.
fact, I don't have heal, is it?
Yeah.
That's a basic skill.
Basic.
Okay.
Yep, totally.
Animal care.
Animal care.
Yeah, animal care. As you come to, your head hurts, it's ringing. Alamenoi's pretty little face is gazing down at you, looking deeply concerned.
Yeah.
Elric is just off towards the side, and Birdie's just coming there as well. You're not even sure what right in the center of your head. You think you've been hit by like a club or something. It really hurts. Ow.
I don't think you should move just yet.
Do we start drinking or something? God. I don't. Ow. What's you okay? What's going on?
Someone tried to kidnap you.
Where did Purple Carol go?
What?
Said Birdie as she arrives. Purple
Nope.
Carol,
They
fused
ran off
hand.
down that way.
I'll go.
When the spell went off and Elric's running, he would have shouted witch, trying to send people. Now a lot of people are probably going to run opposite, but
It's fair.
there are Knights Panther nearby.
Yeah, there are, but they'll just move to protect Her Royal Highness.
So, can you point me in the direction of where they went? Because if they've gone underground, we might be able to track them.
I don't know.
Somebody bleeding as well.
Scarpered, right?
Yeah, they went down an alley.
Well,
Was
Let's
it?
they've
go and have a
been
look.
hit by arrows. There might be blood and
Well,
stuff.
yeah.
Follow the blood.
Fine.
Alrighty, make your way down that side. The chances are very low, but I do think there is a chance. It does require you to have Lower Middenheim to ensure that you can accurately get to the places that are necessary, and it also requires you to have track. If you have both skills,
I do.
then you may do yourself a track
Not
test.
great, but I do have them.
Come on, buddy.
So 1 success, which would be a 0 success.
Then there's definitely some blood. What you're certain of is that they didn't take what you would have just chosen to be the best route, which would have been to hike it over to one of the sewer entrances. They didn't. So clearly they are not sewer going folk, or they don't go through the
Or
sewers
not
or
local.
whatever, possibly.
Yeah.
But you're not sure. It just goes into the maze of streets. They could have
Okay.
gone up, they could have gone down, they could have gone round and round. Who knows where they went?
And did Purple Carol go down the alleyway as well?
Yeah, they all
Yeah.
went down
They
the same way.
followed
Yeah.
Carol.
Okay. So, go to the end of the alley, see if there's any buzz about a mutant running that way.
Nope, nothing at all.
What about the crowd that would have seen Gerhardt be dragged when we went? Are they still around? Could we ask them if they saw anyone? If anyone knew?
They were all
Yeah.
too busy celebrating, and someone
Yeah.
getting backing out through the
Yeah.
thing.
Cheering
They're not
you.
really paying attention. Yeah,
Yeah.
They were sadly cheering you.
Yeah.
And with there being all the fights, there will have been unconscious people being carried through this
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon. Yeah, totally.
Can
We
I
thought it.
lay some healing hands on
You
Gerhard?
certainly can go for it.
Yeah, baby.
What'd you give him?
So I heal. Let me do all my
An
insane
infection.
maths. So that's 10, so that's plus 5, so that's plus 6. So that's 15 wounds back.
I presume I was on 0 at that
Yeah,
point.
you were.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
You've
So
got-
fucking
you-
blow today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got one wound from Alamenowife plus the healing hands.
You can get strike to unconscious, can't
Yeah, you
you?
can.
Yeah, which if you fail, you just knock them out.
Yeah, boof.
Yeah.
As that's going to hurt for quite a while, a good week, for that blow to your brain. The cuts at the back are bad, but that's already closed. Thanks, Sigmar. As you whisper your prayers, it's
No,
it's
healing
a
hands is a
miracle.
big old miracle.
Okay, that's
big old
proper. Your
glowy lights.
hands
Yeah.
glowing. There we go. It says, and that will be enough of a from the crowds as they look around as a blessed priest does his thing.
We're so good at low profile.
Yeah, we've
Playing
been
for
fighting,
princesses,
playing for
healing
princesses.
hands. In the middle
I
of
kind of
the
feel like
crowd.
that's already
I'm in disguise.
Yeah, totally. The paint.
and announced with your
She's
name.
just a country elf.
Yeah.
There kind of doesn't.
Yeah.
What I might also do once that's died down is maybe give him a wee blessing of resilience, because I suspect his head's going to hurt.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
Do you have a blessing of paracetamol?
Can I please have a perception test from yourself?
A blessing of hardiness is the one I know.
Yeah, you totally missed the arrival of Lord Magister Slaughter.
Yeah, unless it's chilled.
It's not very at the moment. The arrival of a bright wizard wearing uniform, unlike yourself, and looking like one of the least bright wizards that have ever bright wizarded. In that he's relatively short. He's just got short brown hair.
How short?
Relatively. He's like 5'7".
Oh,
Shorter.
He's a wee man.
Yeah. 5'7". He doesn't bother with the high braziers. Instead, he's just got a high neck to his cloak that hangs down beside him. Sword and staff. As he comes out, he has sniffed that something has happened out on the square that is wrong, and will immediately, he'll spot you for what you are. As he'll come out and say, Magister, show me your tattoos. And you put him, show, and he's like, right, what happened here?
Which?
Slaughter. Now, you've heard of Lord Magister Slaughter. He was generally laughed at for his name by many of the apprentices because he was the opposite of someone who should carry the name like Slaughter. Now, admittedly, the spelling was like an SCHLOTTER or something similar to that. But he was somewhat of a rebel in the college, was very rarely in it. He had his own tower that was almost always empty because he largely dealt with healing and the healing capabilities of Actuary and what it can and can't do.
Oh, no, it's
And
nasty, but-
and it's fair to say he did not get on with his college very well. And him being somewhere like Middenheim is about as surprising as a sunrise happening any day. And that he's almost certainly not going to be an Altdorf. He is, however, noted for his significant capability. He dueling chambered his way up at the age of 27 and became a full battle wizard of the Empire. And has been at the side of Karl Franz more than once. Or so you heard. As he goes, which, did you see it?
Yeah. She looked like a mutant as well.
He spins his fingers and a little arc of fire spins between them as he spins it into a circle and it booms in the middle. And he says, remove the princess immediately. And you hear from her,
Nice.
you must tell me exactly what you saw.
She
Tap, tap, tap on your shoulder, Gerhardt.
cast a spell.
What the fuck is happening here? Says Sigfeder.
Now he turns
It
on.
was black. There was yellow and pink tendrils. It grabbed his leg. Look, his leg is pale.
As he comes forward, Sigfeder melts back.
Yeah.
As he comes forward. You're going to need to divest yourself of those tights that could be tainted. Come.
Use your hose.
Well,
we will stand around you.
no,
Come on.
it's fine. I just didn't. Well, I didn't.
Out
pair
come the
any-
pale legs.
Oh,
I didn't put my undies on today, so just bare assing it out in the air.
Wish you had a
You're
hat
not
now.
just wearing tights, right?
No, I've got
Yeah,
my
but he has
little-
to take his
I've got my little
trousers off to
poofy
take
things
them
on.
off.
You
He
can have a
probably-
chemise underneath.
Yeah, with a.
It'll
you
be
could
hang-
cut
it'll be
them
hanging
off
down.
with a dagger.
I forgot the shirt. Yeah, the shirt probably goes far enough.
As
Plus you'll have
Slaughter says,
What are the two little like?
I'm very
shorty-
sorry to say that This has to be done. Do you have any friends here?
What now? What is happening?
We've probably arrived
I'm
now.
literally
We're all,
standing,
like, standing
Wait,
like
what,
holding on to him.
Wait 1 second. What are you doing?
Hold him.
No,
Okay.
stop.
He's going to.
No,
He's going
it's
to help
happening.
you.
Just-
Yeah. Is Leopold wearing? Is his armor come with gauntlets?
It does, but it doesn't mean
Yeah.
he's wearing them.
Well,
Well,
I'm
you
slightly
hit
worried
me
he
in the
might
face
bite
with
his
them.
tongue. So I'm thinking
No.
he just jam my
Metal.
hand.
Wait.
We
Knowing
just, I
knowing
feel
a
like
little
we've
bit.
got time. Like he's about to do
I'm
something.
aware
so
of
I'm
how
literally
these
gonna-
guys do this and tends to hurt quite a lot.
It
right?
will hurt.
Yeah. Okay. So wait, because I've got things for this in my bag. Just like let me just fucking wait.
Do yourself a dexterity test.
He's a physician.
Dexterity test, please.
Just chucking some painkillers back at least. 0 successes, but
Zero
like,
success. That's enough to get yourself something to bite on that's soft, that's not going to
Yeah.
break
okay,
your teeth.
fine.
And then you get it out, and you out, and he does his test, and yeah. So there are levels of pain that Gerhardt has suffered in his life.
Oh God. Okay.
There was that time that he was told that his sartorial choice of the evening was passé. That hurt.
Yeah, that was a
That
good one.
hurt.
Oh,
That really hurt.
You never really heal from those.
No, you don't.
You carry those scars. It changes you. You ready?
But this, it's like someone has just poured fire into your ankle. Sadly, it doesn't stay there as it flows through your bloodstream.
Okay.
And it takes about 1/10 of it as it evaporates it, as it zips through. It goes through your mind, it goes through your neck, through your arms, literally throughout your body. Do yourself a cool test.
Maybe it'll go through your evil demon.
Yeah, I was gonna
illness
say,
too.
Will-
It's
yeah.
gone. Seekfeather.
What?
If this is
It's either a crit or a fumble.
yeah.
Oh!
Have
It's a
we
crit.
got a
You have
crumble?
high cool, don't you?
I do. I have called it up by 1 point in it.
Woohoo! You done it.
Crit.
You created
Yeah,
it.
55. So 9 successes overall.
Nice.
Cool, that's a cucumber.
You, instead of... He's screaming.
Yeah.
He's screaming. But you can hear yourself screaming. You're almost detached from the scream. You can feel it flooding through you. The pure fire of it. You can sense, for the first time, you sense that the body is not just the way that it is built. Because the fire isn't just going through where you've seen the diagrams. You've seen the diagrams in
He's seen a
Galen's
lot of people-
text.
He's seen a lot of people opened up, to be honest.
And
Yeah.
it's not connecting correctly. It's moving through other points in the body. And you can feel it. And in an almost detached way, you, for the first time, begin to sense your own etheric flows.
Everything's a learning opportunity. This is good.
Yeah, you're back down to 0 wounds. But you also,
Healing.
you also lose 3 corruption points.
Holy shit balls. That's actually really good.
Do me!
However, you have a permanent burn mark on your ankle.
It's not a purple hand mark, is
And
it?
if it's if
It's a
that
red crown.
it looks a little bit like you've had skin grafted over your ankle, but it's been healed effectively. It's a permanent marker there. That's enough that the more shallow of folks out there that see it will almost certainly take hits to your charm test, because there are some folks that won't like seeing such things.
Can't be flashing
But
your ankles
that's
anymore.
what tights are for.
Yeah, big socks.
Further, your ankle's always going to feel a bit stiff.
Okay.
You know, that brings advantages and disadvantages. You're going to be able to gently predict some weathers.
I shall get okay.
Yep. Oh, storm's
be
coming.
Cold
I can do a tattoo over it.
Also, though,
yeah.
it kind of aches. Yeah, it'd be a nice place for a tattoo.
That's what Elric's had done, because his right arm is grafted.
That's where we do the real OG.
Real OG.
You don't even realise that you were screaming as much as you were, as the crowd has gathered, because, yay, Middenheim doesn't have the same issues that, say, for example, Altdorf has with magic. There's quite a lot of folks who are super excited to see this. As he finishes, I would like from everybody that's holding him a strength test. And I would like from you a strength test with your strength doubled.
Okay.
Fumble. Oh no, failure. It's not
Failure,
fumble.
good, not fumble,
not a
good.
fumble.
I failed as
Failed?
I failed.
Oh, wow.
I'll fortune point it.
3 successes.
Oh no!
That's
Now that's
not-
an 88. I have 1 divination reroll left. I'm gonna use it.
wise.
On a passed.
With
Yay!
No successes. My
So
passed.
anyone else
It's on an
pass?
88.
Created before.
Ah!
If it's to do with holding in place, I'm also covered in metal. If that's in any way helpful.
You're held.
Probably not.
The
The
heat
metal
comes
heat
here.
sort of-
Slaughter
Not
says,
fused into your armor.
that should sort you, boy.
I mean, I'm on 0 wounds, right? So I'm
Yeah, you're
I'm
like
out.
losing as he pats you in the face.
okay. No.
That should sort you, boy. He says, I recommend in future that you don't get yourself caught by witches. And he walks away.
Could I?
As the crowd parts wide around him as he heads off in the direction that you said that they went. Sigfeder's sitting in the crowd looking on.
That outer body experience and feeling the etheric flows and everything. Can I see if I could do a little medicine check to try and figure out how I might be able to apply that to...
Do yourself, a lore medicine test. Okay. Let's see if you can catch something.
Oh, for fuck's sake. It's only 1. It's 1 success. But
Better than none.
yeah, that's 2 successes then. If
You
that's
know
the
what you
case.
think it all involves? Your appendix.
Genuinely?
Genuinely.
Okay.
Your appendix.
All right. Appendix.
Notes for the end. As Sigfeder says, nice one. So, did you find anyone then? Or did they find you?
uh,
They find you.
I don't. I think they found me. Well, probably. Honestly, I was looking at some. Shoes, and then nothing. Woke up, and then he burnt the bejesus out of me.
Some of us were looking, though we didn't spot them either.
But
Off above, you can see what... Let's describe it for what it actually is. It's a blue comet.
Oh.
It's a blue comet. You can't not see this thing. What? It's coming through the sky and it drops down in the middle of the square as a wizard drops out the center of it. Doing dark magic spells in the center of a large town is perhaps not a good idea when there's so many powerful wizards around.
Yeah.
You can see why she fled. It didn't work and she was aware retaliation was coming. Blue and wearing a staff, the top of which has a gold ball that hovers above it and has a small golden ring around that that spins slightly. As he says, where exactly has the witch gone?
Down the alleyway.
As he goes, Tathiaziri! And wind whips up behind him and he just vanishes in that direction. Everybody's clothes, or in your case, your dangly bits, wobble as the wind whips around.
Oh,
Whoosh!
and Leopold can hear that flesh slapping on flesh.
Hey, at least we have enough for it to walk.
Just wait until tonight, Leopold.
Meanwhile, we look like extras from an 80s video. The long hair.
Braids. Whoosh! As he vanishes. As Sigfeder goes, fucking show off. Eh?
It's impressive, though.
But I can tell you this: there are some people by the gatehouse who think I'm from Talapine. So
Hawkland.
that's where I was coming from. I'm slightly confused. Had a lot of head wounds.
I think we need to find somewhere for you to recuperate.
And some
And we don't actually have anywhere to stay tonight.
Ah, well, thought about this.
What about you then?
Yes, This is what I thought about.
No.
So the inn has
also,
been.
it's barely lunchtime.
No, but
Just-
we need to think about.
I could do with a lie down. I'm not.
Yeah.
It would be
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Well, I have to go to the garden to meet Nils because that's where we told
You
him.
could have a lie down in the garden.
Oh, do they have
We also told Lady Marguerite and Lucas we would meet them.
Yes,
in the
that's true. We should go there. Do they have
Royal
those?
Gardens.
They have them in Altdorf, and they're always really good. You lie down
St.
on them.
Peter
Some
says,
lodges.
"Here, son, shut the fuck up, will you? Come on." He says, "Come on." Fucking hell.
Right.
Fucking hell. I mean, why do you even bother with... Look at him. He says, "Anyone got..." Okay, fair enough. All right. No, I don't think he's going to get off with this.
Can I just take my
Oh,
cloak?
Lupo does have a change of clothes with him because he came in dressed not as a priest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he'll be far too big for him, but
It's wrong.
I've
Oh,
got some.
I've got my big cloak. You gave me my big cloak.
It's one strong
just-
gust of, and then you'll be a
I've got some
flasher
breeches.
and
Breeches will do. Breeches, big cloak, job done.
Right, fella.
It clashes like no one's business, but it'll do.
Somehow you're making it work, my lord.
yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You've been proper burnt out, you have.
A little bit.
Aye.
I feel like I've had. This is like the worst hangover I've had ever.
That's going to last for a week or two. Well, that's going to hold you up a bit. He says,
Right.
As he walks along. "You off to the park?" Right, well, you know, since I'm here.
No, the
The,
Royal
the
Garden.
King's Garden. Yeah.
All right, that's this way. He says, "I've been over at the Collegium Theologica, looking into stuff. Found fuck all so far, but it's only been the morning, eh?
Appreciate it, Sigfrider.
Aye. Beadle's an absolute arse. He's all over the place.
That
I've heard you got to watch out for them.
Aye, exactly. They're about.
that bright wizard can't help burn the badness out or
No,
something.
I know. No. Yeah, asking a bright wizard to do something like that, lass, is a little bit like asking a soldier to do complicated surgery. They'll just come in a hacking and there'll be an awful lot of death and blood and it'll go wrong. And what he just did to him, that was bad.
I don't feel good at all.
And I do mean bad. Poor
Hasn't
Gerhard,
sold me on it.
he's not going to do too well. Someone's going to have to hold his hand. You know, hold it proper. It's not going to be me. Not now that I've seen what he does with it.
Well, if we flank him, we can keep him upright.
Right, I'm fucking off back to the Collegium because I don't want to be seen with you lot.
What does that mean?
Aye. He says. Aye.
That wasn't my hands.
Cut the bridges.
All right.
Did you give him his big trousers? You're going to need a rope to hold those up.
Okay.
I've got.
I've got rope.
I'm using the.
You have a
Oh,
sword
you
though.
I mean,
do, yeah.
Loophole is,
Oh, I've got
is
sword
very
belt,
skinny,
yeah.
to be fair. They'll just be long rather than too wide.
Oh, they
In
might
fact,
actually be,
they'll be a bit tight on
Yeah.
him, actually.
I'll roll
They'll
them
be a
out.
bit tight, but too long.
Before you go,
I'm
Sigfrider,
saying nothing.
Before you go, Sigfrider, look at me. Do you think there's something spiritually wrong with me? Do I look odd to you?
Why? Why?
Oh, I feel wrong.
Why?
She's been followed by crows.
Can I ask a question?
Fucking hell.
No, not of Sigfrider, of you.
Oh,
Andy.
all right.
You know, like normally, Alan is almost invisible to Loophole. Is she slightly more visible? than
She's
she-
visible.
Ooh.
Oh, I can see you.
You can always see those, yeah.
I can
know.
see you. Or, well, as much as I see anyone.
Vomit.
Oh dear.
Well, there's only one option.
What?
It's very clear. You don't see it?
Find Joros.
Jeez, the other side of the world. Well, no,
Kill
you don't
the
need Joros.
Emperor.
You just need anyone on,
Oh, the Path of Shadows.
which means you need
Joros.
The Master of the Hunt.
Master of the Hunt.
Master.
Oh.
Master of the Hunt.
We need to go and find the Master of the Hunt. Sigfrider, can you get us into the palace?
No. What the fuck do you think I am?
I mean,
No.
Princess liked your performance, though. Maybe.
She did.
is it possible he'll be at the King's Garden?
It's
With
next
the
to
elven
palace.
gymnasts, it's possible.
Mm.
I mean, that's sort of part of the palace grounds, is it, Andy?
It's next to
Yeah.
it,
Yeah,
right?
it's right
You
next
get
to
the
it.
plats and then the Königplatz.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's sort of the,
Yeah.
And it's actually called Palace Gardens on the flyers, so.
so that gets us close, and we can look for him while we're there.
Right, we should do that right now.
But we're going there.
Can we leave a message for him to meet you, perhaps? A little calling card or whatever it is they do.
Send the crows.
Yeah, send the crows.
Are they up there?
Oh no.
There's
Oh
three.
no. Do yourself
Isn't it murder yet?
an charm animal test.
20 crows.
54?
Is that pass or fail?
Loophole
I
is
don't-
going to reach out just in case she like faints or tries to walk through a wall again.
It's under her fellowship, so I guess that's a
No,
pass.
that's not charm animal, I don't think.
Willpower.
It's willpower.
Willpower.
Can Elric
It's
assist?
under her willpower.
Can
Superb.
I help?
5
You cannot.
successes.
Because we
Five.
got
As
it.
you
Yeah.
go, are they there? And then suddenly, oof, you can feel. Yep, there he is. And you can feel yourself flapping around up there. A sudden swoosh of magic rolls over you. Meanwhile, down on planet Earth,
Oh,
or at
that
least of Middenheim, she's sitting there with her eyes flickering as they suddenly start blazing different colours. And her hair lifts just slightly.
Anyone?
I've got Gerhardt, you have to. How can I just.
While she's not listening, do you think it's the fact that she's not on the petals?
No.
Could be.
Can I try one?
No, shut up.
Yeah,
Okay.
quite
It's
a
rude.
concussion boy.
Are you doing anything?
No.
She's not always been on the petals, though. It's rationed to her. Sometimes she is, sometimes she isn't. So
Yeah, but
I don't know
since
if you
she's
can draw.
been weaned off of them, it's gotten worse.
It's gotten different.
Are you doing anything?
I believe in you. Do it.
Do it.
Don't do it.
Do it.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna roll.
You're giving
Leave it
an
into
addict
chance.
What they want.
Yeah.
Just, you don't do that. She doesn't heal by giving her the thing that's causing the problem in the first
Yeah, but she might want.
Do it.
Yeah, of course you want it.
I want to go to the ale festival, but here we are.
Who's drinking there? Thanks.
Fine, I won't do it now, but it's an option. Yeah.
And you are Raven.
Right.
What's your plan?
Find Alabama.
Shiny things.
As you look down, but you're not a raven.
You're right.
There's some small part of your mind at the back that understands that ravens, ravens can't see like this. But you can. You can. And it's surprisingly easy. You found Rolana already. He's over in the gardens. He's skipping through, playing away on his lute at the moment,
Amazingly.
with a host of people following him, giggling and laughing. And but he's heading off to where the gymnasts are gathering. But he's not there. As you caw, and as you do so, you ripple through all potential before you.
No.
And you immediately locate him. And you locate him because you know where he was. Because you remember the day he was born. You remember the day he was born.
Oh.
Because you knew that one day you would need to find him. It's his purpose.
Wow.
That's a
And
lot.
there he is, in the palace, looking somewhat bored with a glass of wine in his hand, crystal glass, looking out from a balcony down into the gardens and the great wolf-shaped maze that's down there. As he looks up and you look down, and his face falls ashen. And you know all the different paths that he will potentially take. Every path he could possibly take from there to where you are. And all you need to do is twist your wing one way. If you twist your wing that way, there is no choice. That's the path he will take. So you do. And Alavandrel is on the move. Ah! And you're suddenly back in your body. Uh-oh. Do yourself a cool test, please.
06.
It's a pass. Means you don't lose your path.
Whoa, fucking hell.
Shit.
Just do a cool test for me real quick. It's going to completely alter your character.
I think I need the petals. I need to be unconscious.
Because it's your thinking that's causing the problem.
Yes.
Have you got anything else that can make her unconscious?
Sedative of some other sort.
You don't understand. I was on them for
Birdie.
years. Before he found me, the trot, that's what we were using. I need them. Or I'll get my memories back.
Turn around. She'll get them out of her secret.
I will cover her ears.
Yeah.
I sharp her ears out.
Yeah.
Hidey hole and
The Heidi hole did not sound good. The Heidi hole.
Oh,
I think
Seriously.
she'll look there.
and I think Greta said on the cheek, right?
For the petal,
Mm.
one single white, rather leathery petal. And touches to her cheek and it absorbs. And her eyes shake.
You're having quite the day.
As her body shakes. You think you have just induced your first orgasm in Alaminaway.
Wow.
First of the day.
First of the day.
That was a thing. As she sits there shaking, and behind you hear a voice saying, "Where is my mother?" And we will leave it there. Whoa! Certainly not how I expected that episode to come to an end. As we move on next week, to the further consequences of everything going so well.
Andy doesn't let us leave. He makes us scream the whole time.
No, stop us.